as much. Like that's why I kind of get bored of D&D and this stuff. I enjoy watching it. Like I highly enjoy watching people do D&D.
Yeah.
I had some friends that actually invited me once when I in my 20s, and we went out there, and
Right.
the wife at the time, my first wife. But anyways, her too. She was like, we didn't feel like getting super into it, but it was fun to watch it.
Yeah. I just Renaissance fairs and stuff. I know. I've never got into that.
That's different. I mean, that's super
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, Ren Fair is something else completely.
I'm not. I don't do D&D online. I don't even do D&D IRL.
So, I don't either, and I like Renaissance fairs.
Yeah,
it's that's more just like a festival, all sorts of things going on, music, booths.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to show you guys.
You can have the people LARPing off to the side, but you don't have to.
Cannot wait to show you guys my new toy next week. You guys will see it next week. All right, let's get the show on. I think we're good to go here. Y'all good, Allocate?
Do I have to play that sound clip again?
Yeah. No.
You stop using the word toy.
All right, fine. All right, I think we're good. Well, let's podcast. Here we go. What's up, Guardians? Welcome to episode 370 of the Guardian Down Roundtable. In our podcast, we talk about news and topics that impact our gaming hobby, especially as adults, all while keeping the focus on our community. We go live every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on my Todd the Gator YouTube and Twitch channels, as well as the Discord live stage. Hello, Discord live stage. We are a live video show, but we do have an audio version available every Monday morning in whatever podcast players, or you can go to our website, guardiandowncast.com. We love interacting with our chat, so whether you're in the Discord or on Twitch or in our YouTube, if you have some input on tonight's topics, chime in. We want to hear them. We want to talk with you. That's why we do the live shows. Otherwise, why would we do live shows? We want to interact with our chat. So if you have comments, definitely chime in tonight. Let's first say hello to my co-host, Mr. Kingsley Mack from the great state of Utah. How you doing tonight, Mike? Everything good?
I'm very tired tonight. It's really hot in Utah.
Here we go.
I don't know if I'm going to make it. I should move. But hey, I'm going to be in Alaska next week.
Yeah.
And the temps are going to be 50s and 60s with a lot of rain. Perfect.
Ooh, it'll be a nice. Good change. Be a good change up. Yeah. Are you doing an Alaskan cruise, or are you doing like
Yes.
Nice.
First cruise ever for me. I've never really been. No, like I would rather spend money other ways. It's not like I'm opposed to a cruise. Really, the only reason though why I'm doing this is because the in-laws paid for it. So of course I'll take up an opportunity. And nice. I mean, I would have probably gone with a shorter one for my first cruise instead of a freaking 9-day. But like, I'll be fine. I don't get seasick or anything like that. But
no, you won't.
And you know, you have lots of stops and ports. We're porting out of Seattle up the coast. Bunch of spots in Alaska, then back down, and then Vancouver Island and Canada real quick, and then back to Seattle. And
that'll be fun. That'll be a fun cruise. Couple words of advice as a cruiser, ex-cruiser. Watch that bar tab. When everyone lines up at the end before they get off the boat, you have to pay your tab. And let me tell you, a lot of people get that shocked look.
That's already paid for with Norwegian Cruise Lines. We have the unlimited drink package.
Oh my
Everything's taken care of ahead of time. Even the alcohol, unlimited.
I want video, right? I want video. Hey, if you see a polar bear or a seal, I want video too. I want to see what it's like over there on the other side of the world. So I'm happy for you, man. That sounds like fun.
And my in-laws don't even drink, but they decided to get that package for all of us.
Heck yeah, man.
And I don't even drink tons these days, but
you will
take advantage of it.
You will, man.
With the free drinks.
Hell yeah. Just even just get pina coladas like that. Just have them keep coming. They water all that crap down anyway. So might as well. That's awesome, man. I can't wait. I do have a special guest co-host coming in next week. He's been on the show before, but he's going to fill in for Mike next week. And it'd be interesting to talk with him. It's been
honestly, the week after too, I will try to be here. But if somehow like flights get delayed or something, you might have to pivot last second. That's so fun. I did kind of warn you about that, but I'll really try and be here. So
we'll figure it out. We got a fantastic community, man. I'm sure we can find someone who wants to jump on the show with us and talk with us. So, well, let me introduce our guest co-host tonight. She is one of our community moderator members and has been a part of our community for over 2 years. You can hear her original interview with us back on episode 281 from December of 2024. She's back with us tonight. It's Allocate. How you doing, Kate?
Good evening. Good evening. I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Thank you. And full disclosure, half of my fire team is on the show tonight. We raid every Saturday night, so this ought to be a chill show tonight. That'll be a lot of fun. So let us talk about what we have going on tonight's show. First, I've got some gaming news to mention before we get into our main topics this week. By the way, if you have an article or a topic or something you want us to talk about, there is a channel in our Discord called Gaming Articles for Roundtable channel, and just throw it in there. And I do keep an eye on those. I have an alert on that channel. So if there's something you want us to talk about, we love ideas, and especially if it comes from our community, let's hear them. Well, next, Kingsley Mac will have a semi review of the new Ghost Recon Wildlands for us this week. Allocate has some things to talk about as well. She'll chime in after that. And then for our topic of the week, I discussed the impending issues that the console market seems to be heading into, and some of the things I didn't realize when I was researching this topic deeper. I'll elaborate later in the show. After which point, we'll shift to our catch-up segment with everyone and share any highlights of our week and what we've been doing since last week's show. After which point, and at the end of the show, if time allows, we'll answer any questions or feedback from the community. It looks like we have some questions tonight to ask and answer from our community. But if you do have a voicemail or a email or some other way you want to talk to us and give us some feedback, just go to guardiandowncast.com. And if everyone's ready, let's roll. All right. I want to jump into some. Sure. What's up?
Pause. If you care, and Kate messaged in our chat too, you have a number off in one of your spots, if you care.
One of my spots?
On Twitch.
Oh, I do. Thank you for that. I'll take care of that. That I can fix on the fly. Thank God. Yep. I thought you think you got everything prepped, and there we go. Now we're good. Thank you, Kate. Yeah, people might be confused. 369. What the heck? Wasn't that last week? Is this a repeat? What the heck's going on here? Yeah, thanks for that. Okay. We have some news articles that cross my feed, and I just want to, I'm only going to mention a few of them tonight because we got a lot to talk about tonight. So I am going to jump in first. And the first thing on the agenda this week is Christopher Barrett has been tweeting a lot this week, and I just wanted to share some of the things he's been talking about on Twitter recently, or X, if you call it that. The first thing he did say, and this was a tweet from earlier this week, August 16th, he was talking to a lot of his followers and a lot of the Destiny community about, behind the scenes in Destiny 2. And I quote him here. He says, "I remember the person in charge of Destiny 2 telling me once that creating, quote, flavor of the month, unquote, enemies, every expansion you needed to defeat was slop, and we could create meaningful human stories like the MCU. I was like, this is a shooty video game. I think creating cool, evil bosses every season filled with new loot is exactly what players want." And people went back and forth with him on that. But he did say that, when he wasn't in charge, that, people are already worried about slop and, just filling in games in Destiny 2 like they were on cruise control. The next thing he did tweet is he had a lot of Destiny enthusiasts talking with him this week. And he also mentioned that an Activision employee leaked that there was a Veil class of enemy mode for the game, but it was changed to what we saw as now the Witness. And the biggest bombshell that he dropped was that he says he pushed for no Destiny 2 originally. He just wanted a continual Destiny MMO, but at some point he definitely pushed for Destiny 3. And he said, "I even worked on it for about 6 months on a Destiny 2 sequel." And then he got, of course, pulled over to Marathon, and then we all know what went on from there. But I thought that was very interesting that it was already in the works to have a Destiny 3. I thought,
we knew this already.
You knew this already?
It's not a bombshell. Remember the term we said this before, payback? Remember that term?
Oh yeah, I remember that code word. Yeah.
We knew already Destiny 3 was being worked on at some point. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not saying people forget so quickly.
I feel like it's been so far removed from
and I'm not saying you, I'm saying like everyone, they
Yeah.
thought this was such big news. Like we
Yeah.
already knew Destiny 3 was being
Right.
worked on in incubation at some point. they do this all the time. It doesn't mean though that incubation is totally different than getting the green light for pushing forward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that Destiny 3 was Payback, which was being worked on. We didn't know who was working on it, so I
Yeah.
guess now we know Christopher Barrett. But yeah, we definitely
Yeah.
knew already that Destiny 3 was being worked on at some
You
point.
know, you think about it, Christopher Barrett, he's rich as heck. He just settled with Sony. I'm sure he's got, I don't know, at least tens of millions of dollars. I think he was owed like 50 million or something. Man, I just can't even fathom that kind of money. But anyway, he settled for this. You know, he was accused of sexual harassment charges, and I guess they were dropped, or they just said Sony just wanted the problem to go away, I think. And they settled with him for, I'm sure, double-digit millions. I imagine it's at least double-digit millions. But, you know, the one thing I noticed that he talked about, and he was very candid. He was just talking, but he was just going back and forth, replying to almost everybody that replied to him. And there was hate, but you know what's funny is the hate just rolled right off of him. It's like he didn't give a shit. He just said, "Oh well, that's not the way I remember it," or something like that. I was just kind of throwing how
He did
nonchalant he
respond
was.
well. I
Yeah,
saw that.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was so
Well, it doesn't
nonchalant.
have to be nonchalant. It's just chill. It's like chill. It's like
Exactly.
because sometimes nonchalant has a bad connotation for
That's
some
true.
people, but
Yeah,
I think he responded brilliantly. Now, I do want
he
to say
did.
real quick on the
Go for it.
point of people, of course, the arguing back and forth, the
Mm-hmm.
boss of the month versus stories. This is a perfect example of what we say all the time, the
Yep.
different people have different opinions.
Yep.
Why not both?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the ideal world is, right? You
Yeah.
have a good story and you have a boss of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Now, having a good story usually takes more time in development. So I get why maybe that's not always prioritized over a boss of the month, because then that's just a asset you can change up a little bit. But
Yeah.
in a perfect world, let's not even argue over it. You should have both.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Kate, you got any input on any of this, all this stuff, or is it just hearsay to you?
Just hearsay. It's
Been there, done that.
we're not in the middle of it. We don't really know.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
finer details, and
Yeah.
they're not going to. For every story, there's 3 different versions that are put out. So
Exactly. I was just thrown that
pick the
he's.
one you like.
I was just thrown that he said that he wanted a Destiny Online, like I had talked about many moons ago, and not going with a Destiny 2. And then finally he realized we do need to have a Destiny 3. And I didn't know he was working on it for 6 months. I guess that was, you know, they said Code Payback, but I thought that was one of their
Yeah, we didn't
millions
know
of
who.
incubators.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you didn't know who. Yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
but
That's right. But yeah,
we did pretty much know that a Destiny 3 at some point was worked on for a little bit.
God,
And
just
that can just mean like 3 people coming
yeah,
up with ideas for several months. That's all that might mean, really.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So
Sitting in a room
just because he
spitballing.
said he was, yeah, just because he was working on it for 6 months doesn't mean much was done necessarily.
Yeah.
It could just be like whiteboards and, you know, like shit like that. But
I saw your comment there, Amazing Tiger King. I saw it late. Sorry. Yeah. I was just looking if anybody had any comments on this, but you know, I just miss Destiny news. You know, the news cycle's been kind of dead this week. I mean, you know, the usual YouTubers like to spread their drama, and sometimes I'm interested in it. And this week I just wasn't really interested in any of the drama they were spreading, but there was a story here, and this has 3 parts because it's developed 3 different times since I first put it on my list to talk about. The gaming community has recently it's recently been hit with a massive wave of leaked, unreleased footage and alpha builds for some of the industry's most highly anticipated titles, pulling back the curtain on evolutionary new mechanics and side activities from next-gen open world. Upcoming titles are evolving beyond their predecessors. And they talked about Grand Theft Auto 6. They talked about Pokemon Winds and Waves, and State of Decay 3, EA Sports FC 27. And the one I want to talk about tonight is Grand Theft Auto 6, because, I mean, that's what everybody is kind of waiting to see what's going to happen on it. A massive influx of newly recorded, unreleased development footage and leaked metadata has revealed an unprecedented level of mechanical depth for Rockstar's upcoming title. First, they have advanced NPC and dialogue systems. Player can now choose to either greet, antagonize, diffuse, or threaten interaction with any civilian. Non-playable characters react dynamically to held weapons, complying or fleeing based on the context of what you want to do. They have deep vehicle management. Vehicles now feature individual fuel, mechanical, and storage systems. Trunks, hoods, and doors are fully interactive, and cars suffer meticulous scratch and spark damage during crashes. Third, tactical heist and combat. Footage showcased protagonist characters Lucia and Jason switching weapon hands seamlessly and utilizing first-person point of view shooting. There we go. During dynamic bank and restaurant robberies. The next thing was enhanced law enforcement. A grueling 6-star wanted level returns. Oh, I did like that part. Police AI tracks the player's specific vehicle model, current clothing and face, deploying roadside speed traps and tactical traffic enforcement. And then the last thing they mentioned was the game integrates an honor and stamina system alongside the open world activities specifically designed to build and improve base character stats. I mean, that is pretty deep, because I don't remember any of this stuff playing Grand Theft Auto 5. What do you guys think about that? Is it that seem like it's a big enough jump, or as far as technology?
I don't care what the jump is.
Yeah.
If I like the game, I like the game. Now, in the meantime, you should definitely play, and I know you were already hinting at it, but if
Yeah.
you like that police BS, Cyberpunk has a really good version of that, which
Good.
I actually hate.
Actually,
I hate it. It's so annoying
Really?
because I want to be able to do stuff and then
Yeah.
them not lock on to me like right away. And they actually do have pretty good AI even in Cyberpunk on how they lock on to you.
Okay. It's good to
I'm
know.
sure they'll expand it more in GTA 6, but
I'm glad
but
you
hey,
mentioned that.
with all this stuff, are you telling me in GTA 6 I can have people dancing on the top of my car while I'm driving down the street 100 miles per hour? That's what I want.
I don't know if you're going to be able to do that. I think the NPCs are going to react to you more, is what it sounds like. They're going to be more involved. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they would always go
a GTA game yet, but
I mean, they'd always, when you pull them out of the car, they'd always go, what are you doing? Police, or something like that, you know?
Sound very impressive.
But now it's going to be more, detailed.
Now they will be Todd, what are you doing? That's what they should say.
No, is it you go to pull them out of their car and they're going to sit there and fight back?
Exactly.
Oh, some of them do. Some of them didn't.
And...
in the last game, some of them would fight you, especially if they're male. But there were some women too that would fight back. Scarlet Maddie in chat says the guy who's leaking them, charging people to make milestones to reveal more information and clips is crazy. I've heard some crazy stuff like how the Netflix trailer has changed and is now going to be a raid on the hackers. I don't know if it's real, but some real weird things are being said on the internet. Oh yeah, I'm just getting started, Scarlet Maddie. CyberLeaks is behind a lot of this, obviously the leaks for GTA 6, and they actually have gameplay clips. I'm not going to say what those are because I don't want to spoil the game for anybody who's wanting to jump into it, but they had 3 full gameplay clips, and the full map, by the way, was they did get the full map and did post that online. I have not looked at it because I don't want to be spoiled, but they said there's a manifesto and motivations behind this cyber leak. Unlike the traditional data breaches, motivated but purely by financial gain, CyberLeak is framed this action as a pro-consumer protest. The group layered watermarks over the footage reading "no physical disk," then more leaks. Their published manifesto outlines objections to current video game industry trends, demanding that Rockstar halt digital-only pre-orders, guarantee physical media availability, ensure the preservation of offline single-player content, and stop locking baseline features behind expensive Ultimate Editions. Now, Rockstar, Take-Two, I should say, Interactive, and Rockstar Games, they have not released a public statement regarding the group's demands, but they have aggressively issued copyright takedown notices across social media to remove re-uploads of the map and footage. And the leaks have materialized just ahead of a highly anticipated official preview event, which is coming for 3 hours in advance on Netflix, and then 3 hours later it'll be released to YouTube. The scheduled trailer of GTA 6, an extended look, is still slated to premiere on Netflix on August 27th. That's next week. The title is still expected to launch globally November 19th. Now, if that's not crazy enough, the hackers have gone even further.
It's not.
They've gone even further. They actually have hacked a playable build of GTA 6. I'm trying not to say too much here because I don't want anything to be spoiled, but they've proven they have access to a live playable build of Grand Theft Auto 6. This marks a massive escalation from previous incidents where hackers merely leaked pre-recorded video clips or asset files. And while the group claims to have a full playable build with open world exploration and quest, the exact age and completion percentage of the software remain unverified. Community analysts have noted that the in-game radio music matches tracks released within the last year, proving that this is highly recent developmental build rather than old data from an infamous 2022 mega leak. Unconfirmed rumors suggest the breach may have originated from a compromised employee at Rockstar India. Again, their motive and threats, I think Scarlet Maddie was referring to this. CyberLeak claims their leaks are a form of protest against the parent company, Take-Two Interactive. They have stated they will continue leaking chunks of the game, including major story cutscenes and potential ending spoilers, until Rockstar agrees to change its single-player monetization strategies and reverse its decision to make GTA 6 a digital-only release. Again, they say that Rockstar and Take-Two have been aggressive with DMCA takedowns for other people that are trying to spread it and share it. But I don't know, man. This is escalating. I mean, this is some crazy shit, man. I mean, what do you guys think of this?
I've heard about some of this the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's been recent. I mean, I just got the notice right before the show about
I know the latest, but
the playable game.
First of all, okay, well, I'll go on the disc thing first.
Yeah.
It's an interesting stance they're taking, but they don't have the majority of people behind them. I mean, I know there's a bunch of people that are the disc people holdouts, but we still know it's not a majority of people, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, for hell, the petition still has less signatures for Sony than for the disc one than the Destiny petition has.
That's true.
But how many people are they really like? I'm not going to buy the game.
I'm not buying it.
Doesn't come out on disc,
I'm not buying. I'm not
like,
buying
no,
their.
Really.
Yeah, I'm not buying their no disc thing. I think they're just hacking it just to hack.
I'm not usually ever a conspiracy theorist, but I almost wondering if this is somewhat of a marketing ploy.
You think so?
Also,
wow.
Also, we can't say for sure it was hacked. What if the person in India or whatever they claim it was from, what if they leaked the stuff and they're just saying hack so it won't somehow get traced back to him, you know?
Yeah.
So there's so many unknowns here, so many unknowns. I mean, I'm not saying it's a marketing scheme, but it's just this whole thing just seems dramatic to me, and I
think it's a little too over the top.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, think about it. What better ad campaign can you get without sinking the ad dollars into it?
You're creating hype. I mean, Rockstar's, you know, a lot of development, a lot of developer studios have done this. They've leaked, you know, something out to the public. Yeah, I think Destiny's even done that. Haven't there been Destiny leaks before that just kind of were, I don't know, just created a little bit of buzz?
Yeah, supposedly there has been some people that have said, I don't know if it was necessarily people like Paul Tassi literally, but other reporters or other community members that said, like, it seems suspicious, like the Bungie employees that were trying to talk to them, it seemed almost a little too pushy, almost like it was a purposeful leak, you know?
Yeah.
So who knows? But I guess if we really see more and more footage continually popping out, that'll be what calling their bluff, right? If they keep releasing more and more footage, and it's like, when I say more, I mean like 80% of the game gets leaked out or something, like literally like playable stuff, things like this and that. First of all, I don't think that'll ever happen, but let's say it does, and it keeps happening. Also, that's weird because at some point you would probably be able to, not guaranteed, but probably be able to start tracking those people down. So if it never gets stopped and footage keeps coming out, that almost seems, again, more like it's a marketing thing. I don't know.
I don't know. Kate, I didn't want to talk over you. Did you have something you want to mention too, or you kind of share the feelings that Kingsley has?
Well, kind of. I mean, like I say, right now, getting a new game out there, you got to saturate the market.
Yeah.
And what's going to work better than, saying, putting out these things and then the company saying, oh, wait, no, that's not final footage. That was leaked, that was stolen, hacked, whatever. I mean, they're getting everybody to look at it. They're getting everybody to talk about it.
Yeah.
And if it comes back where people are saying, hey, this is really looks cool, or this looks, not so much, that's PR for them. Plus they can take it back to their developers and change.
Yeah.
It's free advertising.
Back in the olden days, when I got my marketing degree, they called this guerrilla marketing. And that when it was a new term, but they've definitely put a spin on that since. But Scarlet Maddie go ahead.
Oh, I'll just say real quick. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not usually a conspiracy theorist, but this time I will put my stamp on it. And I'm probably wrong, but I'll say this was planned. I'll be the conspiracy theorist this time.
Okay. Scarlet Maddie.
I'm going to vote with Kingsley on this.
You too. Okay. Scarlet Maddie in the YouTube chat says, I feel like they're just throwing up the word protests. So then maybe it can be some sort of defense. If it doesn't make sense, it feels like a random BS go move. And he said, remember when the first mission of Final Shape leaked like the night before or something? Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. All right. Maybe it is a non-news item, but the news has been pretty
it's news. It's
yeah. I don't know if
the
it's
motive behind it. Who
knows? Exactly. By the way, Amazing Taco King said, rest in peace, Hayden Panettiere. She was in some video games and voice roles in industry. Yeah. Okay. Make sure I read that out. Yeah, I only know a few years older than me. Payback was canceled along with like 4 other projects. Yeah, that's I thought it was part of one of the one of the starter projects they were working on. Yeah. In GTA 5, they will call the cops on you if they witness a crime. They will deliberately run you off the road if you have timed the event going on too. I mean, if people want to risk federal prison over a video game, that's their prerogative. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, then maybe that leads more to allocating Kingsley's point that maybe this is some kind of quote leak. But anyway, let's move on. Next, we're going to talk to Kingsley. Kingsley, you said you had a semi review of the new Wildlands. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The new game that you've been playing. Yeah. So I'll turn it over to you, man. Yeah. Let us know how you liking the game or not liking it.
Yeah. So, first, I do want to give a shout out to Amazing Taco King and Zitping in the Discord.
Oh, Zitping.
They came to me and said, hey, yeah, you want to check out this game with us? And I enjoy playing various games. I'm not like, I don't go to like new games like every single week, but way more than someone like you, of course. And the thing that I really appreciate is that I had misconceptions about this game. I even had misconceptions about what Division was for the longest time. I always thought all these Tom Clancy, Division, and Ghost Recon games were like PvP type games, like something that I wouldn't be into. Little did I know that Division is a huge PvE game with endgame like Destiny and live service. And little did I know that, Ghost Recon Wildlands was like a freaking like Far Cry or Uncharted type game with a huge map, and is just a PvE type game. So anyone who did not know that also, I highly recommend you check it out. Now, what's interesting, of course, about Ghost Recon Wildlands is, yes, it's very explorative, but it does focus on being a co-op game. But you can play by yourself and have bots with you. You have your team.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can play with other people IRL, or you can just play with randos. It'll matchmake you. So super fun game, huge world going around. I only put a few hours into it last Sunday night.
Yeah.
But I was having a blast with them, and I was under the influence a little bit and just having fun going around, just throwing grenades and just goofing around and stuff. And but it was fun. You're being sneaky at times, and then I'll get a little impatient and throw a grenade, Or there's other times where I'm fairly good at sniping or even headshotting with the AR, but then I forgot to put the muzzle on, so it made the noise, and then all of a sudden the enemies found out about us. So, and then we're having fun just like driving cars off the side of the mountain and then having a helicopter crash because we don't know how to fly the helicopter. And it's just a really fun exploration type game too. You can play it how you want. You can just be like run and gun the whole time and shooting the enemies and here and that. But like, there's also fun. I'm just having fun. Like, there's like these fancy golf courses near the water, and then I see this island in the middle of the lake. I'm like, let's go over there, and then we go over there and we start exploring and see like there's a little fishing hut and people, and but yeah, there were some bad guys there that was trying to take over, so we get them, and it's fun too because I know a lot of games are like this, but I'm not used to this type of game where it's like the shared pickup loot. So if someone goes to a chest, not everyone has to. It just goes into everyone's stuff. You know, I mean, if one person goes, it picks up for everyone.
Right.
So you can kind of divide and conquer. You can have one person looking for chests in the buildings. You can have another person killing the main guy. It's a lot of fun. And I wanted to give a shout out to them and glad
Nice.
I started playing another game. Have you known much about this game? I guess it first came out in 2017. And the reason why we're playing it now is because it just got a revamp, a 4K 60 FPS update. So that's why people are hopping back into it, and then like a new quest got added on. But did you know much about it, the game,
No,
Todd?
I didn't.
Or
No,
outtake,
I
or you know anything?
dude, it's been a long time since I played a Ghost Recon game. I mean, a long time. I kind of fell off that boat a long time ago. All the iterations since, but I'm trying to remember the last one I played. I mean, it was fun, and it was if I remember correctly, it was mostly PvE back when I played it. Most of the AI
Yes.
enemies were pretty good too. I heard this you talked about being impatient, and Amazing Taco King said he is grenade happy, Todd.
Yeah.
We would be infiltrating a base. Next thing I know is a boom grenade goes off and the enemies are swarming us. See,
Yes.
no. See, when I played Far Cry, I was the same way. I was getting impatient having to sneak around the camp to get to this position to click this on or whatever. And eventually I just rush in there with my automatic weapon and then realize I didn't have enough bullets, and then I was dead. And it was unforgiving,
It's
man.
not even so much about impatient. It's just I was in a goofy mood, but also like if I see 4 people grouped up that my grenade can get,
yeah,
yes, I could slowly
can't make any
pick them all
noise.
off with my sniper. But why not throw the grenade, right? But then yeah, the other people will come running.
Zombie says the newer ones are a bit different than the old ones. Okay, I'll have to look into it. I
You
took
should check it out because it got a 4K 60 FPS update. So
really okay on PC.
That's why we're all kind of that's why we're all kind of
Gotcha.
and maybe on console. You can let me know in the chat, Taco, but like definitely on PC. Of course, it's under Ubisoft. Yeah, all platforms.
All platforms.
Says.
Okay,
So
cool.
it was an easy decision for me because I have Ubisoft Plus. So I just kind of it was
Just
included. I didn't have to pay anything, but I don't think it's going to be expensive. And boy, I would love to play it with anyone else also. Just I want to explore it some more before I really decide. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to necessarily have the best end game or anything, but I'm sure having fun exploring.
Kate, did you ever get into Ghost Recon games?
I didn't. I say I've tried Far Cry, but I can't do the whole stealth play. So
I get impatient.
In any of that sort of thing, I stayed away from.
Yeah, I mean the graphics were fantastic, but damn, you had to be stealthy all the time, or you just get overrun. And you know, it was a very realistic game. You had so many bullets, and once they were gone, you had to go find more. I was like, Jesus, a pain in the butt. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a long time, like I said, since I played a Ghost Recon game, but maybe I'll have to look into it. Maybe it's gotten better over the years. I don't know. I did pick up that game that you recommended last week, Kate. What the heck was it called? It was a medieval game.
Such memorable, huh?
The Doom?
No, it wasn't Doom. No, it was the other one. You mentioned it in the Discord, and it was on sale. I think it was even available maybe through my PlayStation Plus. And I went ahead and downloaded it and played the what is it, the prologue or whatever, the beginning part of it, and it looked pretty good. Fallen, something.
Oh,
Fallen.
yeah. Lords of the Fallen.
Lords of the Fallen. Yeah. I mean, the graphics I looked at the trailers before I picked it up, and it looked really realistic. So it gives me a lot of Elden Ring vibes, kind of like.
Very, very much so. Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, I got it downloaded. It's in my library now, and I don't leave much downloaded area in my PS5 because all these games take up so much space. But it's in my rotation now, so I'll let you know how that turned out. But the Amazing Taco King says the newer one gives you the option to go guns blazing or stealth or both. Not Dark Souls, but Dark Souls game, very different from the first one. Okay.
It's a Souls-like.
Oh, it Souls-like. Okay.
You either learn or you die.
It's getting your reps in, literally. Yeah. Uh, if you've never played Just Cause games, Kingsley, they're really fun like that. Yeah. Scarlet Maddie
I
said that.
saw those. I think I might have played one once, or I was
Just
going to,
Cause.
and it did look interesting.
Okay.
I mean, there's tons of games out there, but it was helpful to have like a narrowed down, strong recommendation and an invite. So that's why I opted into it, and I've had a lot of fun so far.
I've been
I'll have
a
to
lot
see how
more.
my schedule is going forward, but
Yeah.
because I'm going to be going out of town, I think
Right.
we'll talk Taco King. Maybe I could have a little bit of time this Sunday
Yeah.
night, but
Right.
definitely after my vacation, I'll hop in some more.
Well, you were speaking of Cyberpunk, and Amazing Taco King said, "Hey, just let's find a night you can play, and I'll help you through it." And I'm actually gonna fire up Cyberpunk this Friday night.
It's so
Put it on
good.
10.
It's so freaking good.
I started out as a
I think you'll like it.
I think I started out this time. I was a corpo last time. It started me in the city, but this time I decided I want to play as one of those rogue, like Rogue Warriors or something, where you're like an adventurer. I can't remember what they called it, but I started in a totally different area. I was like, oh wow, this really is different. It's just not the same opening scene every time. But that was really good. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it this Friday night, Amazing Taco King. So you can, if you're in chat, you can help me out. Tell me where I need to go and if there's something I'm doing wrong, because getting back into these new games.
Well, I'll be there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do it. So I gotta.
You have to
Believe
at
me,
least get to the part where you start seeing Keanu Reeves, and then you'll like the game even more.
if I have it on a Post-it note, it's gonna be done. So this has got a Post-it note right there to remind me, so I don't forget. But I'm gonna do
How
something.
often do the Post-it notes get misplaced?
There's only 3 Post-it notes at a time. My digital Post-it notes, they can get lost behind a window, but the ones that I have, the 3 that I have here on my Rodecaster Pro, these are ones that they're in front of center, and I'm going to be definitely front of mind. So, yeah. All right, let's take a quick break here, and we'll come back, and Kate has some things she wants to share right after this. Okay. And I just realized something. Okay, well, we'll just fix that in post. All right, here we go. All right, Allocate. You had something whenever someone joins our show as a guest co-host, the first thing I ask before I tell them what's going to be on the show is I say, is there anything you want to talk about? Because, you're our guest co-host. And she says, yeah, there's a couple things I want to talk about. So, Kate, I'll turn it over to you. What do you want to talk about this week on the show?
Well, no, the one thing I was kind of thinking of is I was listening to the last show with Kilvin where he was saying, how long do you give a game before you decide you like it? Well, I'm kind of one taking that a step farther. You buy a game, you play it, you decide you like it, but what keeps you going back to it?
Right.
Because all of us, like I say, I'm going to use Destiny as the example because it's one game we have in common. We've done it all, played through it all, but we keep coming back. And, what is it about a game, in any game, not necessarily Destiny, but any game you have, where you sit down, it's like, okay, I have some time to game. What pulls you to one particular game over another?
Yeah.
Like I say, this last week, I went and jumped into Doom Dark Ages.
I saw you playing
I bought it months ago.
Mhm.
I played it, had fun, stepped away from it, and just never got back to going in and finishing it. And I'm sitting here, I'm playing it, I'm enjoying it, and it's like, why do I not play this more often? What is it lacking that, some of these other games that I play have? And that's where I'm just kind of looking, I'm not going to say that it's, Destiny has the multiplayer aspect. The people are here. I love them. It's why it's, very much why I'm playing Destiny after 10 years. It's why I was in Warcraft for God knows how many years. But there's other games I play that I enjoy, that I get sucked into, that are single player.
Mhm.
I'm just wondering your feedback. What is it that makes a game have that additional little pull that takes you to it?
Yeah, and Doom's the kind of game where you could just jump in, slaughter, and then save point and jump out. It's kind of nice how that works. I've got Doom. I don't know if I have Dark Ages. I have the one that was before that one on PC. My son was trying to get me into Doom, and I just, it was okay. I mean, the graphics, it's like high octane shooting. It's like you're just reacting the whole time when you're playing the game. But Kingsley, you want to answer this one first? You want me to?
You can go first
All
unless
right.
you don't have an answer. You were
No, I
trying
got
to
an answer.
pass
I
it off
mean,
to me first.
a lot of people have listened to this show for years know that I like to work towards things when it comes to video games. And I the reason I go back to Arc Creators is because they have projects. You collect stuff, you turn them in, and you're making this project in your little room, like underground in Toledo, in the wherever all the humans live. And if it's something that I can easily just pick at a little by little, and maybe just like last night, I actually did the show notes on Tuesday night. I usually do them on Wednesday night, but since I had time last night, I was doing some moving around to prep for the thing that's coming. And I said, you know what, let's jump on Arc Radius for an hour. And I jumped on for an hour, and of course someone was trying to snipe me in Buried City off of one of the the big office towers out there. And I'm like, really, dude, really? I think he was just bored. But I usually get in Care Bear lobbies. I usually get in Care Bear lobbies, so I don't usually have to worry about enemy players. It happens every time. Maybe one in 30 matches, I'll get, someone will either stream snipe me or someone will, see me. Like one time I was, I worked at killing this leaper. I'm sitting there. I go run to it, and it's right near the hatch where I need to go. And apparently there was a guy sitting there at the hatch. And as I was looting the leaper, he shoots me in the back. I'm like, come on, dude. Really? That's so spineless, man. To shoot me in the back while I'm looting. Nope.
It's allowed in the game.
It's allowed, but it's just not looked kindly at. It's just stupid. But anyway, to answer your question, yeah, I feel like if a game, especially a single player game, I'd like to work towards stuff. That's why Destiny had me for so long. It's because I could work toward that season pass bar. I could work toward getting that title. Destiny was the best at it. They had so many different things you could work on for your individual character, not to mention the drip and the builds. And my God, look at all the armor builds we have now to work with. It's going to be a while before I get really bored of Destiny. But yeah, like last week's raid, I wanted to try that new Arc build a couple weeks ago. So I said, okay, I looked it up. I saw Mactic's video on it, and I said, okay, so I need to have this kind of armor that has this secondary trait. So I went and did a ton of solo ops so I could, because it was dropping at that time, and did a bunch of solo ops to get that to drop. And at the same time, I was completing my weekly Vanguard orders bar. All my Vanguard orders, I was getting those done. And then at the same time, I was advancing the bar once I got those done. So I was always working towards something. And that's kind of what brings me back to a game. If I'm just going in there just to, like you did, Kingsley, go in there and just, have fun, have a few drinks and just chill out and stuff. That's great for entertainment. I love doing that on my social days that I want to game with some other people. But for the most part, what keeps me coming back to a certain game is me feeling like I'm working towards something bigger. And Destiny always had that for me.
You love homework.
I do. I kind of like, because I don't know what it is, but
I'm mostly joking.
No, but that's kind of I'm very routine oriented in my life. I have a route. I have a list of people I need to take care of. Hey, and I come home and
my topic, I always have personality types, right? There's the routine and then there's the more random personality.
And if my day does not go to plan, I get frustrated very easily. And like a flat tire or it rains and cuts my hours off the day, I get frustrated and it puts me in a funk. So I'm very routine oriented. I never was that way, but it just seems like life is less stressful when I know there's a routine. I'm not OCD or anything like that, but I can roll with the punches if I need to, but routine definitely calms me. So yeah, that's my answer, Kate, is why I come back to most single player video games. So what about you, Kingsley?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's totally different because you're a different personality.
There's a few different answers. I'll give the lesser answers first, and then I'll give the main answer that keeps me coming back. But as far as the lesser answers, like, I only like doing the routine stuff if I'm with maybe like a group of people. So that's what would
Yeah.
keep me coming back for the routine. It's not like I never do it. I've done bounty grinding solo before in Destiny,
Right.
but it's generally a freaking slog.
Mm.
And but hey, if we're working together in a raid to do some challenges,
Yeah.
we're working together to grind strikes because we're looking for some armor piece. I would way rather do that in a group. So, but that's one thing that can keep me coming back to a game is just on that particular point since you mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then another small thing that get me come back to games, single player games, if enough time passes, I'll come back to a game to replay it again. Because then it's almost like I'm exploring it again. Enough time has passed. Like, yeah, it's familiar. I start to remember a lot of the things, but enough time has passed where I can get a new appreciation. And maybe I'll notice a different looking hill this time versus the time before. I know this sounds funny, but I'm just saying something quickly there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another thing that can keep me coming back. But the main thing that keeps me coming back to a game is if they keep producing content. So it needs to be live service or DLCs, right?
Right.
And because the single player games, I might come back some, but I'm not going to keep coming back. And I mean, I've only played Cyberpunk 1.75 times now. I say that as a joke because I haven't completed it the second time all the way through yet, but I'm not going to keep coming back all the time. But if you have a game like Destiny or Division or Diablo or things that come out with DLCs fairly regularly, have seasonal updates, have stuff that's coming out, that's the biggest thing that gets me coming back to a game. It may sound like an easy answer, like a duh, but like that's the main thing that gets me coming back to a game. The other things are just gravy. The Destiny's not live service anymore, but I'll still come back if there's raids and fun things to do with friends. And Cyberpunk, I'll come back from time to time also, but I really do like a game that keeps having more content, not things to grind for, but actual more content from time to time.
I hear you. Yeah, I know that about you already, but I wanted to make sure you answered. But the Scarlet Maddie in the YouTube chat says the fun factor. It's like an imaginary meter for video games that's gauged on various things based on what the gamer personally likes or dislikes, and it's the reason they return or leave games. What do you think about that, Kate? Is that you, or what gets you coming back to a single player game?
Honestly, it depends on the game. I say Portal. I love Portal. I love Portal 2, and those, Portal's very much, and just that whole series. And it's a single player game, but it's problem solving. It's puzzles. They keep coming out with different fan made expansions and so on. It's not necessarily the company anymore, but the fans. And I love going in and solving those puzzles. It's just the way my brain works. But then you have other games, the Borderlands or Doom. I go in and it's great fun to sit there and smash skulls, for lack of a different, any other way to put it. So it's very much, it's different based on the type of game.
Nice.
Yeah. And even we've had a lot of overlap, but even it can be a little different based on personalities, of course. And it always goes back to like, some games may not appeal to other people to keep coming back, and then other games will. It's like someone could be like, why do you keep replaying Super Mario Brothers? That's fun. I mean, everyone's different, right?
Yeah.
And going for that 100% collection. And it's like Diablo 4. I love the game, but I cannot play it on a weeknight because I will get so sucked into the story and what's going on that I'll look up and I will have lost, hours. And so much as I might like to play it, I know myself enough that no, I can't do that tonight.
Amazing Taco King in Discord says, for me, it depends on the game. Older games give me that nostalgia, member berry feeling. Story games give me the larger than life narrative that makes you feel like you've accomplished so much. RPGs for the ability to get lost and be alive in that world. And Deadpool One Merc says, for me, it's friends. Or if the game has fun mechanics, like I love Far Cry because you can do whatever. Division is about playing with friends and doing builds. Every game has different things for me. I don't find extraction shooters fun. I thought I would always say that, Deadpool, but I actually like that about the word, fuck it, everybody can just drink, Arc Raiders, because it gives you a 30-minute timer. It literally tells you have 30 minutes to get whatever or do whatever you want to do on this world, or you're going to die and lose all your shit. So I'm like, for me, it's perfect because it makes my game sessions no more than 30 minutes, which is great if you're trying to get an hour, just get an hour in one night. So for that reason, I like extraction shooters, but it's just the PvP part of it that just really doesn't belong in Arc Raiders. And I'm going to keep thumping that drum. And Marathon, it's the opposite. It is a PvP game, and I don't know why they're trying to make it more PvE. I think out of desperate times, but anyway, that's my opinion on that. But no, I was not.
Games.
Yeah, go ahead.
On single player games, RPG can help a lot if that's a game that you like. I mean, even Cyberpunk having some light RPG in it and stuff like that. Because if you have a single player game like, I don't know, like some older Assassin's Creed or some other game that's not very much RPG at all, then you may sure a lot of these games try to add something called New Game Plus, right, where they make it harder, but it's really just the same game over again.
Just harder.
I couldn't care less about that, but when I was playing like Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed and stuff like Cyberpunk games that have some RPG elements in it, that will get me a little interested to come back sooner rather than normal, because then I know it can be slightly different each time. And I can make those decisions. I kind of am good at remembering too. I'm like, I remember last time I played it safe. This time I'm going to play it crazy. Make the decision to kill the person right away and see what happens.
That's what I do in PvP. I'd have different accounts where I'd play differently. I try different play styles, but I ended up really, honestly, I go back to my same play style where I was comfortable. But I get that. I get what you're talking about there. Every extraction shooter has a time limit. Yeah, I like that part of it actually, Zombie, because it forces me to finish my game in 30 minutes. And sometimes I'll get everything I need. I'll be busting at the seams and I'm like, I can't risk it. I've got like Bastion cores and I got all these real high valuable items that I can't stuff anymore in my safe pocket. So I've got to get the hell out of here, and I'll go find a hatch. I don't trust the public transports. Way too many people. But I don't like timers, Scarlet KM. You're right, I don't. Normally I don't, but extraction shooters is my only exception there because of the fact that it regiments me to play that round in 30 minutes or less. So, and Scarlet Maddie in YouTube says, part of why I love Lego games is, for me, it's a collectathon. So many things to mess with and knock off, and sort of a checklist. Yeah, and I'm very much a checklist kind of guy. If I ever have my honey-do list or my list I need to do on the weekend, it's always a checklist. It's always a checklist for me. So, Deadpool says, I think it's funny you like timers.
You'll do it. I'll make a checklist for you, Todd.
I think it's funny you like timers and extraction shooters. It's just on Arc Raiders. I mean, I really could care. I don't really like any other extraction shooters.
Honey-do lists are totally different than, gaming checklists.
But he says he likes it still.
I'm a pad and pencil paper. I'm a pen and paper kind of guy. When I write out my list, I still use paper notes and I have the digital ones and virtual ones too. But
chisel, stone.
I never can see. I just don't have the routine where I can see those. They're not in my face, and with my monkey brain, it's got to be right in front of me to remember it sometimes. So anyway. It was a good topic, Kate. Thank you for bringing that up. I know our buddy from last week, our guest, Kilvin, was wanting to talk about that. And I thought that was a good addition to that topic. So thanks for bringing that up. All right. Our topic of the week is next. Okay. This is a deep dive. I'll try to keep it not too wordy here. Okay. Think we are good.
Don't have AI add 10 points onto it.
No, this was all handwritten.
Do you have 10 points again? 10 different
But can you read your handwriting?
Oh, it's no, I type it into Google Docs, so it's nice and bright yellow for me to read, and it's probably like
why 20. Is it on sticky notes so that you can read?
No, I cannot read that much on a sticky note, and my handwriting is atrocious. I mean, do you guys even know what this is? That's a
What
that's
what
a
is?
Not close
that's
enough
a
to the camera.
that's a version of an insecticide that supposedly is 30 to 40% cheaper, if you can read that at the bottom, called Areca. And I put it out here because I wanted to research it. And the problem is, as I get older, my handwriting's gotten really bad. It's really bad now. Used to be okay because I actually don't write in cursive. I write in print, but sometimes it runs together like it looks like it's cursive because I run it together so fast. Anyway, enough about me. Okay, here we go. Topic of the week. All right, for this this week's topic, as we hear the news about hardware prices and memory prices going up, I want to look ahead at the console market and kind of wonder where it's going to go. I mean, what I found as I was researching this topic is that there are some factors that I really didn't think about. So I wanted to bring them up here this week. And I know, Kingsley, we've been down this road before about console prices and what its console's going to do, but I mean, we've all heard about the data centers and how the major players are spending this crazy money on server parts, especially the memory chips. What we might not realize, though, is that these major players in the AI industry are buying up to 70% of the world's supply of memory chips. I mean, the remaining consumer industries like phone makers, PC builders, automobile manufacturers, and console manufacturers, we're all left to fight for the scraps, whatever's left over. And to give you some frame of reference here, there is one major server location being built for OpenAI called Stargate Campus that will use the equivalent of 8.3 million PS5s in terms of memory chips. That's not to mention that the other major sites are being built all as well from the remaining AI companies, and they're all using about the equal amount as well. I mean, so you might be asking yourself, well, why don't they just make more memory chips, right? Well, here's the problem with that. Chip manufacturers would have to build new factories to increase their production. They have to invest billions of dollars, probably wait 3 to 4 years in the process to have that return on investment once everything is built. The risk is, of course, is that the AI bubble, everyone keeps thinking it's going to burst, and then they're going to be left holding the bag. So why take all that risk when they're making 70 to 80% margins on their current supply? I mean, they're at max capacity right now. So because of that risk, the remaining industries that need those chips, we have to pay top dollar for just the 30% that's left to us. And so the console prices continue to increase and less people are buying them. PlayStation and Xbox both have had record-breaking declines in the sales of their consoles this year because of the price increases. And the console, which was once kind of an affordable way to get into gaming, is now considered more of a luxury item. So here's the dilemma we have. And I didn't realize this initially. Let's say that PS6 comes out in 2028 and it's $1,000. And let's say because it's $1,000, only a tenth of what they normally sell are their numbers for the year. So what happens is the gaming development companies, they're not going to make games for such a small base of console users. Instead, what they're going to do is they're going to make games for the older generations, like the PS5s, which have 83 million consoles out there. In the short term, Sony's fine because they have 90 million units out there, but consoles eventually break and some gamers may not replace them, especially if they're so expensive to replace. So overall, the console market regresses to older games and consoles, and the gaming industry kind of stays frozen in place, if not downright declining overall. So where will gamers go to play their games? I mean, I want to say the PC market, but PCs are in the same boat. They're getting just as expensive to set up and buy, especially gaming computers. Although there are some pluses to to PC gaming, like the fact that you don't have to pay for a subscription to play online, and the games are a lot more competitively priced. What do you guys think of this aspect of it? The fact that maybe because there's going to be less consoles out there, like a PS6 or the new Xbox that comes out, that the developers will just say, yeah, pass. We're just going to make games. Maybe like the recent game, maybe just make higher graphical quality games for the older consoles. I mean, do you think that's what you think will happen, or is there some other alternative reality that I'm not thinking of here?
Wait, what was that very specific question? When the new consoles come out,
Well, let's just
they
say,
might only make games for the old
well,
console?
they're going because they're going to be so expensive. There's only going to be a portion of people that can afford them. So let's just use PlayStation as an example here. PlayStation has 90 million PS5s out there, you know, with people who want to buy games for them. And let's just say that 10 million units are sold of the PS6 at $1,000. I think the dilemma for what I'm thinking of here is the gaming developers. They want to sell units, and if there's only a 10 million unit base, and they're not all buying that game, that they're going to make instead more graphical upgrades for the older consoles, like Black Flag Resync did. They made a better version of the game, but for existing consoles. Do you think that's the way they'll go, or do you think it'll go some other direction?
Oh, so now is it more like you think just older games will come with updates?
That's
Graphical updates?
that's the part I didn't think about when I've been talking about the console market getting so out of price for everybody, is the fact that I think it might be 1983 all over again. It may be that video games are just, there's too many games. They're too expensive. No one can afford anything anymore. And the gaming industry just kind of implodes a little bit. I mean, any new games that come out aren't going to be optimized for the PlayStation 6. They're going to optimize them for the PlayStation 5 because that's where their audience is. But
I see. Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go ahead.
And well, I was just going to say, my argument is PS5s don't last forever. They're going to break. I mean, I think what was it? I think it was Zombie. It said his liquid metal had to be replaced or something for his cooling on one of his consoles or something. I don't even know what the hell he's talking about, but I guess they're using that more and more on consoles or in the new tech and consoles. But where do you think this would be going? Do you think it's going that direction, or do you think there's
there?
Yeah, I'm just asking you where do you think?
Let's say your PS5 breaks. If you don't have the money to get a new one, you're still not going to get it. You'll either just not have a console, or you'll buy a used PS5, which will still be cheaper than the newest PS6.
Yes.
Maybe not by much, but it will be.
But that's a declining market, though. There's only going to be so many PS5s secondhand.
No, I was just answering that question first.
Okay.
Well, of course. Look, there's a lot of factors here. We already kind of knew this a little bit because I've already said we're going to be getting less games going forward. And the games we will get, there will be a higher majority of remakes. Not just because of the reason you said, but of course the reason you said also. This has already happened a little bit when the new consoles came out, but it'll be a mixture of everything. It'll be a mixture of not everyone can, and not as many people can afford the new consoles as ever it was even in the past. And yeah, the older market too. Older market people, it's not like we don't want a brand new game. We certainly do, but we're more likely maybe to go for the remake game than the younger market. So it'll be a safe bet to just let's bring the game back and have better graphics or whatever. It's not always true that, and the last thing I'll say is that it's not always true that developing for a PS6 will necessarily be tons of work. They usually, it is more work, but they usually try to have something in place where it's like, I know Apple and Microsoft does this, but like on the new hardware, they're usually like, you code it the same, but we'll take the work of making the better graphics behind the scenes. So we can't say for sure that it's going to be a lot more work developing for a PS6. But even if we find out that it's not a lot of work developing for a PS6, I think all the other things I said and you said still stand true. That there will be less games or less variety, and it's all circular. It's not just because of the hardware. It's because of it's just the way everything's been going with the economy. It's like games have gotten more expensive and the hardware components have gotten more expensive, and then the hardware gets more expensive. People can't buy the hardware. People are seeing less games because people don't have the hardware. It's all a big loop.
Yeah.
That's why
interconnected.
I've always thought since I was young that computers should be almost like a commodity, at least for some people, right? I'm not saying like game systems have to be a commodity, but at least computers should, right? And it would be nice if lower end game systems could be a commodity too. And we've been that way through a majority of the 2000s. Yes, there's still, when you're young, you can't afford getting the PS3 or whatever, right?
Right.
But if you think about it, not too long ago, even like 5 years or more or less, or I don't know, right around there, we were getting really nice PCs for like $600 to $800. Yes, it sounds like a lot, but that's kind of a commodity price for what it was.
Right.
And really nice consoles for $300, $400. It's like, yeah, I'm a little worried.
I mean, I'm worried.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Kate. I was going to ask you next what you thought.
I was going to say, and with fewer titles being sold because people don't have the systems for them, those titles are going to have a higher price point of their own, which is going to, further make things worse because people can't buy that new game unless they can afford, that higher game price, which means, the higher system. So you're going to have a real gap in gamers between those that have the disposable income to go and throw at that and the people that don't.
Exactly. Big
Yeah,
divide.
it'll become a more wealthy person hobby. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, let's face it, most of us empty nesters, we're going to, if we want to buy the console, we're going to buy the console or the computer or whatever it is. But for a majority of gamers out there, $100 game is a big expense. I mean, that's a lot of money to them. I remember those days, when I was just starting out. It's tough. And then you add kids to the equation. There's no way.
There's still plenty of cheap games out there, or else you'll get people coming after you. Trust me, there's tons of those friend slop $10 games.
There is.
And there still will be. But I think at the point maybe you were trying to make too, or at least what I'm also trying to say is like the fancy games. That's where we're going to be having more and more of a problem going forward. Yeah.
Yeah, the AAA games.
Yeah,
that's
the GTA. Then you have games like Skyrim that have 6 different editions that come out every 6 months.
Did you hear about the Fallout? That was they had a collectible. It was $426 for the Fallout, and you can go to like these online toy, figurine sites and get them for much less. But yeah, I mean, I it is a hobby for me, but I'll be honest, compared to a lot of my hobbies that I had, like racing and paintball and scuba diving and all that, it's for me, it's a very reasonable expense as far as the hobby. But like I said, for a lot of people out there, and add to that, the economy is just getting brutal. It's just getting worse and worse. I agree. I think there will be more of a separation. So on that thought, if you were Sony and Xbox right now, what would you do? Because I think there's 4 different ways that they can maximize their profits. The first thing they can do is increase their subscriptions, right? You have to pay a subscription to play online on the consoles. The second thing they can do is, of course, the price of games will go up to that $100 mark. They could also, the one thing about the console ecosystems is they can control the players. They're stuck on the platform. They have to use their console to play the games that they've already purchased. So they kind of feel stuck. They can't really go anywhere else. I mean, Sony's already made moves by eliminating the physical games. So that eliminates the secondhand market. And it just is going to force, instead of sharing or letting someone borrow your game, then they're going to have to literally just go buy the game. No more borrowing of disc or finding a better deal with a used game somewhere. So, and then the fourth thing they can do is what they've already been doing, and that's cost cutting. Xbox has already cut 20% of its workforce. They got rid of or divested 5 studios. And we know what Sony's been doing lately, laying off Bungie employees, basically abandoning Destiny 2. It's just crazy. But here's another thing too that I didn't think about is this may force gamers to literally play on the cloud. And I have no interest in playing on the cloud, because here's the thing about the cloud. Not only do they control where you play, but they can actually limit the time you play on the cloud systems. GeForce Now has already put limits of like 100 hours on some of their customers out there. It's not everybody, but certain customers have like 100 hours of playtime, and then they have to pay more if they want to play more hours. We're just losing more and more of control of how we want to play our hobby, how we want to play our games. And another thing that I didn't think about is this may drive more people to mobile games. I mean, mobile games already are kind of like what you said, Kingsley. They're kind of the slop friend games, you know. They're
No, I didn't say that. I
okay.
did not say
All
that
right,
at all.
but mobile
There's
games,
a
I
lot of
mean,
good mobile games.
there are some good
But
ones.
the slot friend games are on PC. That's what I was talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
On the PC
Yeah, the
games, the
independent
$10. Yeah,
games. Gotcha.
yeah.
But it, you know, I think Assassin's Creed tried to do a mobile game, or I think Division tried to do a mobile game, and they didn't sell real well. So maybe this will push more people to play on their phones. And I don't know. Who knows what the technology of phones will be?
That's not something the console makers want to happen. So that's not a
No,
good option for
they
them.
don't. But I'm just saying
Yeah,
these are all the different possibilities that I could see the console market turning into in the future.
But your question was, what can the console makers do?
Well, I mean, there's 4 levers
Yeah.
that I think they can pull there, and I just mentioned them: increase the subscriptions,
Well,
make the price of games more expensive, keep them stuck on your platform where you can't, you know, borrow or sell or buy secondhand games for the platform, and then the cost cutting, which has already been happening.
yeah, and none of those are good.
No,
None of those
not
are
good. Not good.
So it's kind of like a rhetorical question in my mind. It's like, what can they do? Nothing great. None of those are good
That's
options.
exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying you guys need to agree with me. All of you need to just say, yes, I agree, and move on.
They're in a hard spot too. Look, I'm not saying, oh, poor corporation has billions of dollars, but it is true that there's nothing really great they can do. And they've been doing a lot of that. They've been firing people. They've been doing this and that. As far as trying to come up with a creative idea of what can they do to try to get more consumer sentiment, I can't think of much other than maybe just offer more benefits. You have to find like not just some super old games, but some medium old games.
More value.
Offer them for free as part of your platform.
Yeah.
Say like you're buying an expensive PlayStation 6. Well, guess what? This year you get Cyberpunk free. 6 months you're going to get this free. So, you know, that's all I can really think of.
Well, no, Xbox has gotten, and they haven't done it yet, but they say they're going to do it, is bring back Xbox 360 games to be compatible with the new console. So that's another thing they can do too, is where you can bring your library forward.
Well, yeah. But that's not helping. But that's not if you already own those. I mean, I'm thinking of like extra benefits if you're buying a new expensive console. And you've already had that a little bit in the past. Like
there's a little bit.
The Nintendos at Costco or things like that. They give you a free game, right, with it. But they need to up that huge, like give you 2 or 3 free games. They need to come up with creative things that would get more people. Because if people are having cost issues, cloud gaming isn't the answer either, because they're not going to want to pay a $30 a month subscription for very limited access, like you said. So, there's not a lot of good options. And the only thing I can think of is just the people that can't really afford it, trick them into putting it on their credit card and give them 5 free games or something. You know?
Well, another thing go ahead, King. Go ahead, Kate.
I was going to say the problem with subscription games is some of those subscriptions, if you cancel it for whatever reason, you don't have the money this month, you lose access to all those games. You never actually own them.
Then it's literally just like the cloud. When you stop paying, you can't access their servers anymore. That scares me. I really don't hope everything goes to cloud-based gaming. I have a feeling it will be. It just kind of seems like that's where everything is heading now. But you know, here's another thing to think about too. Because of lower console sales now and maybe possibly in the future, the big game publishers are going to be way more conservative in greenlighting any new types of games. I mean, probably one of the reasons why Destiny 3 hasn't been greenlit yet. And I think it's going to follow the same way that movie studios act these days. And they're going to just produce a bunch of sequels and stuff that they've already put out. In fact, Obsidian, just in a recent example here, was working on a brand new game, and they were pulled to start working on the next Fallout game. So that's proof right there that everyone's going for the IP that has been proven to work. Instead of, I would have loved to seen what Obsidian's new game was going to be, but now it's canceled. Now they're just making another Fallout game. Movies have done this forever, man. And I know there's that branch of independent movies out there. It's why I love A24 so well, because they always come out with movies that are not cookie cutter, that are not, you know, the latest superhero movie. No offense to superhero movie fans out there, but it just, I don't know, the stories just are getting more watered down the more I watch these movies, and it just is so nice to have more variety as far as I want to watch or game. Another thing is, if as gaming consoles sales go down and the demand for consoles goes down as well, I think there's going to be a point where console market is not even a viable business market anymore. I think that can very much be the thing too, where there's no more consoles in the future, that it'll be either cloud-based gaming through the branded Xbox or through branded PlayStation, but there won't be consoles anymore because it's not worth the market's just not there anymore to do it. But I don't
What
know.
they're going to try to do, and Microsoft did this actually a little bit, if anyone remembers when the Series X and Series S first came out,
Yeah.
but not a lot of people jumped on it, and they kind of removed the program quickly. But I guarantee you, when the new ones are coming out, they'll have like a probably won't be as low as 40, but probably like a 50 to 60 a month thing where you're financing the console, you're paying for it over time, and it includes the Xbox Game Pass or the Sony PS Plus. And that's the main way they're going to, I mean, sure, there's going to be people that can buy, and then it'll be the $1,000 price if you just want to buy it. But that's probably going to be what they're pushing for. It's kind of like that $50, $60 a month thing, maybe 40, but
yeah,
it's kind of what I'm predicting.
A few more points I wanted to mention here before we get off this topic. I think, you know, they did a survey, and there's a statistic out there that PC gamers are playing older games, like 6 years or older, or a majority of them going back and playing those older games. And
Majority?
beg pardon? 6 years or older.
Yeah. Majority?
Yeah. Well, they're that more and more. Okay.
I'd love to see the stats on that.
Yeah. It was very broad. They said that more and more PC gamers are playing older games, 6 years or older. So I don't have a hard, fast statistic there, but it seems like that is gaining traction, that more and more players are going back to the older games that maybe they didn't play in earlier times in their life. I don't know. Another thing too is, and kind of my take on all this, I think we're going to have several years of this inflated pricing from the AI bubble or whatever you want to call it. I think this is a good opportunity for independent studios out there. In fact, Chris Barrett even mentioned this on that tweet storm he had, that he is interested in looking at an independent creator and putting some money towards an independent creator out there that wants to make a new type of game. And I think that might be the trend going forward. I think we're going to see a lot more independent. I mean, everyone goes to Clair Obscura, but look how beautiful a game that was for such a very small studio, fairly small studio, but it wasn't a AAA game. And I don't even think Arc Raiders I think that's a AA game. I don't think they're a AAA game.
Here's the thing though, you got to think about, independent studios are going to have just as hard of a time, if not a harder time, with costs going forward. Well, just because you're independent doesn't mean you can make a game super easy. So
I understand. I think there's two factors that I think are going to make independent games more viable. And I know we talked about it last week. AI is going to make certain forms of game creation. They have to pay
for that too.
They do, but it's probably not more expensive than having 200 people in a studio. And the second thing I think it's going to happen is you're going to get, and I've said this in several shows, you're going to have much more dense, smaller creative teams that actually come up with the lore and story of the game or the ideas, and then either subcontract it out or use AI to make games in the future. But
so the independent studios already didn't have the 200 people, so you can't use that as the comparison. But I'm telling you, man, they have higher costs now too. So in some ways, you see the story when costs go up. I'm not saying there isn't the people that can't do it, but sometimes the small people get pushed out before the big companies get pushed out when costs go up. I'm just saying it's something to consider. You know.
Yeah, it just depends what game you're looking at, what studio, what their situation is, and then lastly, the last point I wanted to make piracy. There's already PS5 emulators out there. These emulators are able to boot up PlayStation exclusive games like Astrobot that run on Linux and also are playable on the Steam Deck. So maybe more jailbreaking of consoles or of the games themselves where they can run on other consoles or other things that people already have or own. I don't know. These are just all the little things that I was thinking about about this topic. And I know we've gone down this road before on the future of gaming and all that, but this was kind of a twist that I hadn't really thought about, is the fact that the whole industry could actually regress.
I mentioned that 6 months ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, and everyone, hopefully this all loops back to, we shouldn't have let AI grow this fast. It should have been a slower growth. I'm pissed that they're taking all the chips.
I think the days of the cushy studios with masseuses and all, I think those days are gone, man. It's all going to be tightening of belts now, and those people that are used to that type of work
it's much
environment.
more than that.
Yeah.
The bigger issue is the cost of the chips, and they shouldn't have taken them all.
And I think the big Bungie studio, I think that's been sold. From what I heard, I can't remember who I heard it from, but the studio in Washington, I heard that's been sold.
So
been divested.
A lot of independent studios, and this goes along with what Taco King said in the chat too, like the Christopher Bear, if he wants to help start a studio,
find a rich person.
These little independent studios aren't being bootstrapped from just like 5 guys with like $10,000. They usually get some kind of VC funding too. Just because they're independent doesn't mean they don't have a lot of funding. And he even said Expedition 33 was backed by Microsoft funding. So independent doesn't mean no money being spent. It just means they're a smaller, less known studio making games that you haven't heard of yet, And because I'm telling you, the independent studios, their costs have gone way up too. With
everybody's has. Yeah, I agree with you there, but so I think this might be
go out of business before the big ones do.
I don't know, man, because if you can, I think it's going to be about how efficiently you can run your development studio. If you can get some efficiencies down, and I mean, Arc Raiders was made for $15 million?
They're not considered small though. They have a lot of money,
Well, they have Nexon, backing them. Yes, I agree, Taco King. Expedition 33 was backed by Microsoft funding. But I think if you have a rich person or a rich company that wants to invest in your product, your game, then I think that'll definitely help get over. Zipping says PC players playing older titles or new games modeled off of older games, a la Boomer Shooter. I mean, the new Quake Dawn of the Machine expansion by Machine Games was free and is huge. Okay. Yeah, Nexon has been out a long time. Yep. South Korean, I think, right? South Korea, Nexon, I think. I don't know a whole lot about that company, but they're definitely coming to light lately. No, that's all I had on it. Kate, did you have anything else you wanted to mention on this that we didn't cover, or something else you wanted to comment on?
No, nothing to add.
Okay. All right. Well, that was our topic for the week. Kind of an additive topic that I had talked about previously. And like I said, I just got to thinking about it, man. If there's no console sales and if the sales, no one can afford them, then the industry is just going to slowly die off. It's kind of like what I call dieback on a tree. It's where a tree is so old and established and the new growth on it just dies back and it just stunts the whole tree. It just doesn't grow any further and it just kind of looks pale and weak. And sorry, I'm into plants and stuff. So that's horticulture. Yeah. So, all right.
Not just consoles that are going to suffer. It's the PC players too. So.
I think the whole gaming industry, but here's the thing about the PC industry. There are a ton of games. I mean, was it 20,000 games last year? That's a lot of games variety. And if there's 20,000 games, yes, I agree. The ones that actually made money were probably AAA. And I think some of those independent games didn't even recoup their $100 to enter it into the Steam library. But I don't know. It just seems like, for me, it seems like PC has more promise than consoles. And that's why I wanted to focus on consoles this week, because I really am kind of worried about consoles.
Just because PC has more games doesn't mean someone can afford it just because it has more games.
Absolutely. Still got to pay for it. And there again, PS5 emulators. So you can't afford a PS5? Fine, just go online and find an emulator, and you can play those PS exclusives. Because you don't have the console. I
With
don't know.
what? The PC you can't afford also?
Well, I mean, if say you have a base PC, I mean, Astrobot, I'm sure doesn't need. I mean, it's an older game now, but some of those games that are demand them.
Yeah. Well, who has a base PC though? Still not the young kids that don't have
Well,
money, right?
I mean, base is definitely a relative term, but
Well, and the kids have that base PC. They don't want to play the older games. They're wanting to play the AAA games
you
that their
think so?
friends are.
Yeah. Okay.
My kids never, they
They
always
don't?
look at
Yeah,
the
I was
games that
telling
are
you
coming
too.
out. These are what I
Yeah.
want, not the ones that their system could handle.
Yeah. Like my daughter and friends, they want to have a console, they want to have a PC, but they can't afford it, and they want to play the new hot games. But yeah.
Oh. Amazing Taco King, of course, he knows who Nexon is. They used to be the free MMO kings of the early aughts, then started making subscription MMOs and killed their popular Western studios because it didn't really affect the Korean market. Yeah, it's definitely a different ecosystem over there.
All right, somebody block Taco King's access to Google, because no way he knows all this on the top of his
He's Googling
head.
on the fly. I don't know.
I wouldn't be too surprised.
He seems to know a lot about games, man. I'm telling you, the guy knows a lot.
Hey,
about
I'll stand
games.
up for you, Taco King. I bet you knew 80 to 90%.
Hey,
of all
I mean,
that
he's
already.
been on the show, and it wasn't like there was a big pause where he was typing something in. I mean, he was off the cuff, was spouting knowledge. So, what's up, PS4 Berserker? How you doing, man? All right, let's lighten up a little bit. Let's catch up and see what we've been doing this week in gaming and in our lives. Be right back. All right. Now we can kind of let our hair down and just chill
Taco
out.
King is AI.
He's actually
Letting
AI.
your hair down. Does that mean the hat's coming off so we can see what's under there?
Oh, I got hair.
Whoa.
It's just thinning a little bit. It's mostly silver, but yeah, I still got hair up there. But yeah, I think what happens is that my head shines off of the lights that flash down. That's why I always like wearing the hat. Nobody needs to see my shiny head. So, all right. Okay. We'll start with you first, Kate, on your week. Here we go. All right, boys and girls, it is that time of our week where we catch up, see what everybody's been doing in their lives and gaming and watching stuff or whatever it may be doing. I'll start with you, Kate, since you're our guest host tonight. What have you been doing since we talked to you last?
Oh, gee. Well, obviously this last week, you've seen me. I've been trying to hit up some of that backlog in my games that I have here. Jump into some of the games that I've started, haven't gotten very far on. And rather than investing in something new, going back to what I have and trying to play it. Outside of the gaming, like I say, my kid and I were doing a Marvel binge. So we watched all the Iron Man films. Nice. We've watched all the Thor films, even Love and Thunder. And
you watch them in order? Are you watching them in order?
We're watching them in the order that they came out within the series.
Okay.
So it's like Iron Man 1, 2, 3. And then we jumped over to Thor 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So not the chronological order of the overall Marvel universe, but so we are catching up.
Very good.
Right now we've just started the Captain America, and we're only watching like a half hour at a time. So, pacing ourselves going through gives us plenty to watch.
Curious what you think of the new Captain America once you watch them.
Which one are you talking about? The new one? Oh, the series?
No, the movies. Oh, Captain America's changed hands.
Okay, I've seen. I'm trying to remember just how.
No, I'm saying once you get to that, you might not have seen them yet, but once you get to it, yeah. I'm curious what you think about how they've changed Captain America.
Yeah. I say, I know there was the Winter Soldier series that was there on Netflix for a while that kind of introduced the one official Captain America, but he fell and needed to.
Yeah. Okay. What else have you been up to?
I say only other real thing going on in my life is I've been getting out, being more active. Yeah. So you got to start somewhere, right? Getting
What?
off your ass and walking for 20 minutes a day is
Heck yeah.
better than not.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I've been doing a lot more walking, more active stuff. Well, so what do you do in Idaho? How do you have what do you do for a good time in Idaho?
Are you saying Idaho's boring?
No,
It
no,
sounded like
no,
that.
no,
Kind of.
no. I'm just asking. I mean, is there a place you like to go in town, or is there? I mean, is it movie theaters, or I mean, I've never been to
Well,
Idaho. I don't know.
They
we
just
have
eat
our movie
potatoes all day.
theaters.
That's all they do.
We have our movie theaters.
Okay, all right.
Where I'm at, there's a lot of trails where people will sit there and
Oh, I
go
love it.
mountain biking.
I love it.
Wintertime, we got the ski resorts.
Okay.
It just kind of depends on what people do.
Hmm.
Potatoes everywhere you can see there, Taco King.
Now is
Everyone knows that's all people do in Idaho. Is they just eat potatoes.
you guys are in that zone where I my mind freezes a little bit. Is Idaho and Utah in the same time zone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's the hat
Well,
of Utah.
most of
if you look
Idaho.
on the map.
Okay. I was making sure. Geography's
Yeah, I
hard.
say I'm north of him.
Okay.
And most of Idaho is in the same time zone.
Yeah.
You get up into the very tip top, and you can pop into some different time zones up there.
Okay.
They get a little bit closer to the West Coast, Pacific Coast time.
That's right. It just jog over. That's right. Yeah.
Yep, Coeur d'Alene at the very top.
So
It's
weird.
in
Yeah.
Pacific time.
So weird how they draw those lines. Yeah. Awesome.
Well, and I know there's parts of supposedly where they don't recognize the whole time change. It's just easier for them to keep the same time.
Yeah.
Because they're just right there on the border.
Too confusing. Yeah. I've been to a lot of states in America, and Idaho's not one I've been in. I was just curious. I was honestly just curious what Idaho's like. So, yeah.
Let's say what you do for fun really kind of varies.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to go out to the bars, you got the bars. If you want to go camping, you have the mountain bikes, you have the trail bikes. If you like the motorized, skiing, summer, winter, we got it.
You. Yeah, and I used to have a buddy I used to game with called Wyoming Cowboy, and he said there is not much to do in Wyoming, and apparently the winds like to blow a lot. Apparently the winds like 30-40 mile an hour, or 30 to 40 mile an hour, like all the time. I don't know if I could deal with that. I don't know.
You get used to it.
I guess it beats still 0 miles an hour and sitting in humidity in the swamp down in Florida, but yeah, you have to hydrate.
I work for a sign company here in town, and that's the whole thing is people will come and they'll want to order a banner, and okay, how much life are we going to get out of this?
Because the wind's going to beat it to hell. I love it.
You're going to get somewhere between a week and a year, depending on, the weather. And we don't control that. We do not warrant that.
That's cool. That's cool. Nice. Anything else you want to mention? What you've been playing you've been playing Doom, the Dark Ages. You've been playing, obviously we raid on Saturdays, and you still raid on Wednesday nights, right?
Wednesday, Fridays, and I say with you on Saturday.
Nice. Any other games?
My Destiny career is going well.
Now, any other games? Because you said you've been trying other games. I was just curious what you've been trying.
Well, again, with my son, Lords of the Fallen.
There we go.
As I mentioned that when he has the full game and he keeps pulling me into it. I've just got the buddy pass, so I'm only playing when I'm with him, so he can keep picking me up off the ground. I'm not very good at that type of game. Other games I've been playing with him is the We Were Here series.
Right.
It's co-op. You have to have a buddy to play it.
Okay.
And again, it's solving puzzles.
That's nice.
So.
Cool.
And one of these days, I'm going to get back and finish out my BioShock and, all those fun games.
That's a fun game. That's a great game. Cool. Well, thanks for coming on tonight, Allocate. I know it was kind of just a chill show tonight, but there's certain guests that I have on. It's just a chill time, and I consider you one of those people. So thanks for hanging out with me and Kingsley tonight.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. Kingsley, what's been going on with you, man?
Yeah, in Utah, we just kind of sit
Oh, here
back
we
and
go.
all we do is make
Here
fun of
we go.
Idaho all day.
I've been
No, not
to,
really.
Hey,
I've
Utah
been,
drivers can't drive, so
no,
you stay where you're at, stay out of Idaho.
no, I visited Kingsley in his town, and that's a beautiful town, man. They got everything there. They even got the burger place that we don't have, the In-N-Out. Yeah. I ordered off the secret menu.
Oh
It
my
was pretty
gosh.
cool. Yeah, I mean, no,
I mean, I do love that,
You
but
go
that's
to
funny
another
that you.
state, and that's what you remember.
what?
That's
No,
your
Idaho
big
has that
thing.
now.
the ski
Idaho
resorts
has
are
that now too,
beautiful.
Todd.
Yeah, I mean, the ski resorts
Parts
are
of Idaho
beautiful.
do.
They do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I
But we
unfortunately,
just don't eat potatoes all day. That's the only difference. But
hey, I'm not
Hey,
belittling
my first job, I actually worked for a fruit ranch. That's what we did, is we sold the locally
Yeah,
grown produce.
it's
really,
it's really a thing,
Yeah.
Todd. In Idaho, there's
Really?
people will get time off for like the potato harvest and stuff, and it's
Really?
like such a big thing there.
oh my
The
gosh,
farm
Kind of
kids,
becomes a
hell yeah.
joke.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
Uh-huh,
that's the whole
uh-huh.
thing, is depending on the time of year, you'll have kids that will miss, a week of school because they're helping with harvest. And then you get around to hunting season,
Mhm.
and you'll have kids that are missing school because they're going hunting with
Hunting
their
with their
family.
dads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Everyone
Different-
knows Idaho potatoes, and honestly, In-N-Out's always gotten them. Even when they were only in Southern California, they got their potatoes from Idaho, and
Nice.
of course, Ora-Ida is up there on the Oregon and Idaho border. You know, the famous Ora-Ida
Oh, I know
potatoes and
Ora-Ida.
everything, and so it's a
My
big thing up
childhood.
there. So
My childhood is
Everybody's
Ora-Ida.
aware of it.
That's just a different world, man. It's just a different world than I'm used to. Everything is so
It's
commercialized.
just another place in the States.
Yeah.
it's
I want to
Say,
visit one
come on
day.
out and visit.
Honestly,
No,
sometime.
I do. I do want to visit one day. I want to visit Wyoming too. I want to pester,
Wyoming's boring.
Wyoming cowboy.
no, not Wyoming cowboy.
I know.
Fudd. Elmer Fudd lives there now, so I
Yeah.
want to come and bug him one time.
No,
Make him.
he's awesome, but in
Yeah.
general, I think Wyoming's boring. But
Oh.
sorry, no, he lives in a
Well,
very good
unless you're in
spot.
the part that has Yellowstone Park. I mean, if
Yes.
you love
Oh, that part's
nature, Yellowstone
awesome.
Park is beautiful.
Yeah. Natural beauty is probably much better than something in Florida. We have our state parks and stuff, but it's stable palms and oak trees and sugar sand. I mean, that's pretty much our Central Florida state
And
parks.
Nevada's boring too, unless you're like going to Vegas or something. But there's really the
Yeah.
actual state itself is pretty darn boring.
It's all desert and casinos. That's the only thing you find there.
Yeah.
I've driven into Vegas from where's I coming from? I was coming from Maine to Southern Cal, and we drove through Vegas and spent the night there. And I looked around and I said, man, if we break down, we are screwed. There is nothing out here.
No.
Nothing. Yeah.
No, yeah, you got a cell phone. They get people that can get to you, but yeah,
You got
it does
yeah.
seem like you're in the middle of nowhere. That's for sure.
It's so desolate. The desert area is so desolate. I here I am.
You can get in trouble.
I'm a
if you're
green
off
guy
on a dirt road somewhere. That's
I'm
for
used
sure.
to greenery everywhere, and it was a shock to me when I drove through there. But I mean, you see it in the movies all the time. But so what have you been up to, man? What have you been up to this week?
Just I did a little taste test of some coffee this week. I ordered some Taco Bell today. Just the normal. Played video games.
Just don't eat the lettuce. You get the lettuce on your tacos?
I had to do a taste test of.
Oh God.
Yes, I did lettuce on my tacos. Look, I was careful, but like,
Yeah.
it did well. Technically, I think something did hit Utah a little bit, but I don't know. I was fine.
Okay.
And honestly, most of the lettuce, I think the after the fact said only about 10% of that bad lettuce actually went to Taco Bell. So people were just as much trouble if they were buying it from the stores and stuff,
It was a certain farm that did it,
Yeah, it was that Taylor Farms. I'll call them out.
I didn't want to call them out, but you did. Okay.
Well, it's all over the news, so it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's common knowledge.
Yeah, somehow I survived. That brings up an interesting point too. Now, obviously, if I did actually get sick from it, that would be a legit thing. But people always make the joke, Taco Bell, it gives you stomach issues and stuff. Well, I always make the joke like, you have a weak stomach, then, man. It's never bothered my stomach.
I lived on it when I was in my 20s. It's all I ate, man, because it was such a cheap meal for lunch. I always liked it.
But I guess I've just
Burrito
been
Supreme,
lucky.
man.
I've never had stomach issues from Taco Bell.
I mean, yeah, every now and then, but I mean, just get the 3 crunchy tacos with the ground beef in it, and have them sauced up, and I mean,
Oh, that's your secret?
that's heaven,
So you
man.
don't get a tummy ache?
I mean, no, I mean, I mean, I like a place. There's a place that I get my tacos and burritos now that's much better than Taco Bell, and it's a place called Tijuana Flats. They're kind of a regional chain here in Central Florida, and I don't know, maybe they got like 20 locations, maybe more, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's inexpensive. I mean, for my wife and I, we go on like a Thursday night. It's like a burrito special. You get a burrito and a drink and some chips in there as well. And you can even get a little side of guac or whatever for like less than $20 for 2 people. Where can you get that anymore? And it's good quality food. It's good, clean, healthy food.
Well,
McDonald's,
I'm done. I'm done. I can't.
not quality food. But
I
you
can't
get
argue.
it for that price.
Yeah, 3 taco supremes. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing talking. Yeah, three. I'd always get the 3 taco supremes with extra sour cream.
I was kind of impressed.
Dump the hot sauce on them.
No,
Yeah.
can't do the hot sauce.
I was kind of impressed with the price when I was getting coffee tests this week. I like Dutch Brothers a little bit better now. I'm glad I tried them again. I'm still more of a Starbucks guy or Beans and Brews, but or the local places. But I was getting a couple of Americanos at different places, and it was only $3.25, which may sound expensive if people are thinking like early 2000s, like a cup of coffee was 50 cents to $1. Well, yeah, brewed coffee, but this is espresso. This is an Americano. So I think $3.25 is still a pretty good price for that.
How do you take your coffee?
Starbucks would be more than that.
Do you drink it black, or you drink your coffee black, or?
So it depends. I usually, and we've had discussions about this, people, by the way, too, in the Discord. Join the Discord if you haven't yet. We have a food channel. We have other fun channels where we talk about things like this. But I like a little bit of sweetness or creamer from time to time, but I'm definitely closer to the black plain side than I am the sweet side or creamer. I'm very about the bold espresso flavors. Just give me it. Maybe with like a titch of sweetener, but like, yeah, that's kind of me.
I'm getting closer. I started out as like heavy taste. I started out as heavy cream and lots of sweetener because the acidity would just tear my stomach up, and the creamer would neutralize a lot of the acidity. But I'm getting more and more, dude. I tell you what, there's one coffee that just beats everybody, and it's so good that it even tastes good in K-Cups. That's Tim Horton, man. Tim Horton. The Canadians know how to make. No, they know how to make coffee, man. I can't drink. I got 100 packet.
Way better out of a K-Cup.
Oh, dude, I got 100 pack.
Tastes way better out of a K-Cup.
I got 100 K-Cups at Sam's. It was on sale this week. And I've been drinking nothing but Tim Hortons the last few, dude, it just goes down so smooth. You hardly need anything with it. This is just the original brew, nothing special. But,
well, yeah, I would rather have a medium level regular coffee than a high level K-Cup coffee, but that's just me.
Okay. All right. It's usually a little more pricey.
K-Cups
that's for sure.
So weak ass compared to like,
I know. Believe me, because I have an espresso machine, but my wife is the only person in the house that knows how to use it. I mean, you got to pack it perfectly, and you got to use just an amount of steam.
I don't have an espresso machine. Yeah.
No, Zombie.
But I do have a really good brewer. No, they are weak. I agree, Zombie. They are so weak compared.
I'd
rather have Folgers, and Folgers is actually pretty good if you open it fresh. The problem is people just let it sit forever. That's what my grandmother would do, is just let it sit forever, But if you open a fresh Folgers, and if you have a good coffee brewer, it doesn't have to be expensive. And when I say good, ideally just one that brews good, then Folgers is great. I'd way rather have that over any K-Cup.
It's way underrated. It's a much better coffee. Even Maxwell House isn't too bad a coffee. If you get the nice breakfast blend, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Well, and it's got to be fresh beans. You can't have the ones that have been sitting out and have dried out.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yep.
I just do a double K-Cup every morning.
Beans sometimes. Yeah.
I do a good 20-ounce coffee with 2 K-Cups full. I mean, it's plenty of taste for what I need. It's not bad at all.
You should K-Cup your bagel.
The only time I K-Cup is when I'm traveling, and it's what's available in the hotel rooms.
I don't have time to brew coffee in the morning. I'm up and out. I got to go. And
you have money? Buy Starbucks then.
No, I refuse.
My coffee pot has a timer. I pack it at night, and it's waiting for me in the morning.
Yeah, I used to have a regular coffee maker. I used to have that, but then you had to clean out the carafe all the time, and you had to clean out all the grounds. And
boo-hoo! You have to go and maintain your machine.
I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled with my K-Cup. Yeah, just press it down and hit the button. Yeah, Cafe Bustelo. Good. That's good. I've had that. It's good.
That's a
It's
good
good
one.
coffee.
Hmm.
Not bad.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. People are posting their brands in the Discord chat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
I love this. I love this.
I got your message, Deadpool, that you're going to be moving to Kissimmee, man. That's great. We'll definitely be able to meet up then and talk about gaming or just get some lunch and chill.
But I don't see my level of espresso is like 2 is like a little too little. 2 is like minimum. I'm more like a 3 or a 4 shot guy. But then I heard about Zombie, freaking, what was it, 9 shots or 6 shots?
Zombie, no wonder you're in the hospital, dude. Come on, man. That's way too much caffeine, dude. I know you text got to get a good start in the morning, but damn, man. More than 2 cups of coffee. That's a lot.
But he said, well, yeah, we won't speak for him, but I think he said
9 shots. Oh, no, 7.
7. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's better. Only 7 shots of espresso. Holy shit, dude. God almighty. Dude, I'd be buzzing. My heart would be just like, I mean, that'd be like crazy,
your
man.
K-cup is like a half a cup, right? Of espresso. Your K-cup is equivalent to a half a shot.
They actually come fully creamed out too. If you want to make a latte, it'll just mix it's like
okay,
instant coffee. Anyway, how we got on that topic, but what's been going on with you, man, with this week? Jesus.
Well, I'm kind of like making it go longer this time too, because we're good on time and it's fun to like talk about all the extra credit stuff,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
It's like, yeah.
We got some questions.
Oh, is it Ping's a coffee snob? Dude, we'll have to talk, dude. We'll have to talk for sure.
Oh, another coffee snob. No.
I'm a amateur coffee snob, so there you go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got some questions to answer too, so stay.
Oh yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, we're good on time.
I've been with work. I've been prepping all my customers. I'm gonna be out of town next week, and usually, at most, I'm gone like kind of 5 work days, and then I have like very good internet access. So if there's like a little emergency, I can still help people. But customers are good, and I've usually taken the tact of don't let them know, because if you let them know,
yes, they will bug you. They'll bug you.
This time, I had to let them know. I had to, because it was over the danger line being gone 9 days, from Monday to the following Wednesday.
They'll have Starlink on the boat.
And I was even talking to the wife.
You'll be fine.
No, yeah, I know, but I have to let them know this time, and it was mostly a good decision. I kind of said like, I will be out of town starting next week. And, I said this a few days ago, of course. And then if you can think of any projects or things that you had in the back of your mind, you're like, I'll do next week. Well, tell me about it today so I can help you this week before I'm gone next week. And I did get a few people to kind of bite on that and bring their issues up quicker. And then they can't complain when I'm gone next week.
It never fails, man. If you're self-employed, you still bring your business with you. You can't help it. You can't help it.
I know, but look, when I've been on vacations before, and even this one, I still am the type of person, and even when we had the discussions, like, you're at a restaurant with friends, whatever, like, I'm having fun during the day. I'm not like on my phone 24/7 or anything like that. But at night, when you're just dinking around in the room anyways, watching a show or whatever, that's when I'm going to be doing some work. Why not, right? Have your laptop open. I remote into a couple servers,
You're going to be a few more time zones too. You're going to be a lot earlier than a lot of people that you're used to in business.
Servers, but again, most of what I do can be done after hours anyways.
I got you.
Well, I don't know if I say most, but a lot can. That's why my schedule's so flexible.
You can like catch up with little service tickets at night for you to bed or whatever.
Yeah, because a lot of times people say, I need this on my computer, but they don't have to be there, and then I can just do it whenever. Nice. I go to my portal and push a program out or whatever. Anyways, that's cool. I'm sure I'm boring people with that. Cool. But I'm just prepping for my vacation. And then video games, I mentioned the one already, Wildlands. I'm still having some fun in Diablo. It's kind of my comfort/grind game right now, which I usually never grind much in games, but it's still newish to me right now. I'm like going after certain things I have never really gotten yet, right? Yeah. I can't see myself doing this forever unless some things change up where I pick a new character or something. But I'm at the point where I'm kind of like max level, comfortably in Torment 12, which is the highest level, and I have pretty awesome build with everything. I'm only missing one piece of equipment on Mythic that I should have for this build, which is the highest tier. But you don't do Mythic for all your pieces just because of reasons. Just however your build is best. And maybe if I get that last piece, then I'll be done grinding. But it's just kind of been fun to like watch YouTube videos and then have Diablo going on in the background, which I've never really been able to do that with Destiny. And I think it's just partially because with Destiny, maybe because I still play, I play controller with Destiny. Maybe because it's on Diablo. I don't know. Like Diablo's like really the only game I do M and K, and which is funny because some people say they prefer Diablo with controller, but I don't know. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's just the way since it's that top down. I feel like I don't have to be as immersed, so I can kind of watch videos at the same time while I'm playing it.
Cool.
So that's pretty chill.
Mhm.
And yeah, and we always love the rating. I'm going to say before you, sorry, Todd, but and Kate,
No,
but you guys can add it in.
no,
We finished the second Pantheon set with the
I
Morgoth
love it.
boss. We had a lot of fun with that, right? We
Yeah,
got it done.
I love doing that. I'm loving Pantheon right now. I look forward to it every week. So I like being challenged. It was fun.
And we were challenged a bit because you have to
Mhm.
really kind of be good on that last part. I have mixed feelings. I don't think they should have done that because it's kind of like a weird check. It's like raids never really have had a thing where
Nope.
you're timed on a jumping puzzle.
Nope.
And even though that jumping puzzle isn't as hard for me, I still don't love it. The idea that they did that, and even me, I've done it a million times, but even I was messing up a couple times because you're just really bumping into everyone and having to go fast yourself.
Yeah.
And I think what they should have done, here's what they did, people, in case you don't know. It's like the Morgoth boss, but then they kind of teleport you in and out of the
Queen's Walk.
circle of Queen's Walk, not the running part.
Right.
But then at the very end, they actually teleport you to the jumping puzzle before Morgoth, and you have to do that really timed where his agitation bar is going up, and you have to get him before he hits 100%. And it's really hard if like at least a few people don't make it there super fast, and then revive people, and you have to pick up the taken strengths and everything. And maybe what they should have just done is like, I don't know, like you can get there however long it takes, and then maybe even not let you revive people.
Yeah.
And maybe that'd be tricky too. But I would
Mhm.
rather just get there as long as it takes, and then have some harder damage check at the end or something.
Something changed up, but yeah, I agree. The jumping puzzle was just a pain. Yeah.
Well, and this is the only encounter in any of the pantheons that required, a jump puzzle to speak of.
And
Yeah.
in a given time. Yeah.
And some of us
Unique
are
for sure.
jump challenged, to put it nicely.
I think you jump fine. You always seem to stick back to the back of everyone jumping. I'm always worried I'm going to get Yoshi.
Because I don't want to bump into somebody.
I know. I'm always afraid I'm going to get Yoshi. So I'm always like checking behind me, and I'm trying to time it where I'm figuring it out. Of course, the damn thing, everything's rotating, and you're like, you got to sit there. And I'm like, here comes tick-tock, tick-tock. It's like if you don't run through the first time, and that's why Sin has such an easy time. He's usually first out of the gate. And that damn Titan of his, he just soars through that jumping puzzle. And then, of course, Ronan usually has his 3-jump hunter that he's usually, I think he's using his grapple, I think, to help.
Or strand or something.
Yeah, he's using his grapple to bail him out.
I never really got used to the strand oh shit thing where I can like, it just didn't appeal to me. So I never learned the strand pull me back up type thing. But
I briefly used it. Yeah, I never rely on it.
Well, it's because Hunter is the only one that can have strand equipped in any spec other than strand.
Right.
I mean, for warlock,
I didn't know that. Yeah.
For a warlock to use strand, you have to be strand. Hunters can pop into prismatic and have it active, with the rest of their toolkit. And it is trying to go and have the strand for that encounter means that you're having to go and flip your whole spec, have enough time for it to recharge before you're jumping through the portal. And you don't have that.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm definitely rocking the Arc Warlock. So
yeah, it's not going to happen for us.
It was good though that we got it done. And then I'll be gone, like I said, on my vacation. So I'll be gone for some friend groups and the podcast for a week and a half-ish. So, but looking forward to that. And you guys can be jealous when I'm in Alaska.
I'm envious. My wife and I have been wanting to do a Alaskan cruise, but the last cruise we were on was down in Miami to the down in the Caribbean, and my wife found like a bunch of hair in the shower, and she's just been wigged out ever since. I can't get in.
Which line? Which cruise line?
It was.
Are you going to tell us which cruise
it's
line?
the same one you're using. We were
Norwegian?
we were Emerald members.
See,
we had done a lot
Norwegian. We're doing Norwegian.
Oh no, we were the other one, Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
And
clearly
someone
everyone knows
came up,
that's lower end.
someone come
That's
up
lower
and
end. Yeah.
they came up and cleaned it. And everything was fine, but my wife was not happy, and she wanted
No,
to
no.
said
We're
she
doing
wanted us to get in a
Norwegian, which
whole
is a
other
little
room. I'm like,
nicer.
honey, this cruise is booked. There's no other rooms. So yeah. So ever since we've been putting a pause on the cruises, I love cruising. You know what I love about cruising is you can get drunk, have fun, chill out, and not have to drive anywhere. They
Uh-huh.
bring you to all the
Go back to
destinations.
room if you need, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you can climb off the boat
I'm just
half
not
drunk
happy.
and go
Look, I'm
around
just not
town.
happy some other stuff's not allowed, but I get
Yeah.
why. I'm not thinking that they necessarily should, but at least
Yeah.
I'll just have fun with the drinking. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm envious, man. I really hope you have a great time. I want some pictures though. You gotta shoot some pictures back to the Discord.
Oh yeah,
To everybody.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
PS Berserker, you're in the lounge now? Are you a new patron member? I'm looking for you here. I don't see you, man. Are you under a different name or something? He says he can sign into the lounge in the Discord now. It means he's a patron. Well, thank you, sir, if that's the case. Scarlet Maddie says Ascension can also pair directly with grapple and will throw you. Oh my God. One of the favorite effects for the Hunter Prismatic. Yeah, definitely. I agree. It's definitely a crutch. Talking to Ronan out there. Yeah.
All right, Taco King, what should we
yeah.
call it then? I mean, I can't think of too many other terms that everyone would use. Sorry, go ahead, Todd.
No, Notorious was just saying we were doing the Saturday Pantheon runs, but stopped.
Oh my gosh.
I need to do the other parts of the Pantheon. Yeah, the Pantheon's fun, man. I'm really loving it. Yeah. I'm really loving Pantheon. It's a lot of fun.
Sorry, that's a big thumbs down on that one, Taco King.
Boating adventures. Let's see.
There's just no winning.
There isn't. For me, it's pretty brief actually. This is the least I've gamed in a long time. I haven't even played Arc Raiders a whole lot. I jumped on last night for the first time all week for, like I said, for about an hour or so. There's a second project I'm trying to finish up, and I don't know, man. I'm just kind of waiting for Arc Raiders to bring their big release in October. And once I know that October is around, there's supposed to be a lot of big changes they're making. But yeah, it's just been so hot. I've been so exhausted when I get home that I want to play games, but this week has just been one of those weeks. And it happens every now and then where I just don't feel like gaming. And if I don't feel like gaming, I'm not going to game. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube, been watching a lot of videos. I'm even watching YouTube on my TV, which I never used to do that, but I'll put YouTube on in the morning on my console. I mean, on my computer here. And then I'll just go to my YouTube app on my big screen and I'll be making breakfast and stuff and just continue watching what I was watching here. And I don't know, I've been in a real big YouTube spiral lately, but of course, TV wise, what I have been watching is Master Chef. We just watched the last episode tonight with my wife, and America's Got Talent. I mean, it's still really entertaining, real entertaining show. But we did see a movie. My wife and I did see a movie this week using my AMC Stubs A-List membership, where of course I can see up to 4 movies free every week, any screen, any format, free reservations online, all that stuff. And no, I don't get paid to say that. I just wish more people would use it because it's getting more popular. Because I went on a Wednesday night, went last night, and it was packed, man. I mean, the movie theater was packed. I don't know what was showing, but we did see the new sci-fi movie, The End of Oak Street. It's starring Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor as the 2 main husband-wife characters. It's about a family and a whole neighborhood that is transferred back to the prehistoric age via some weird portal or anomaly or something. And this is probably not going to resonate with any of you tonight, but it reminds me of a show I used to watch as a kid on Saturday mornings called Land of the Lost. Anyone get that reference at all? Because I used to watch that on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Okay. It was like I got a lot of Land of the Lost kind of reference. What's funny is it's a theme-based movie. It's an 80s theme-based movie. And you know when in the 80s how they usually has to have a close-up on one person while the other person was in focus in the background? Remember those effects they would do in the 80s movies? They kept doing that in this movie and it drove me nuts. I'm like, is this like some kind of high school like college movie student or something trying to try all these effects and stuff? And then the dialogue was like, I'm sorry, but it was like Star Wars dialogue. It was just like so straight and so weird. Which a lot of 80s movies back then were. They were very, the writing was very generic. I'm sorry, lack of another word, but all the dialogue was very generic. My wife were looking at each other going, what is this, some kind of amateur movie night or something? But then we finally got it. It was kind of a parody on 80s movies, and especially like the 80s like action movies, and it was purposely inserted into the movie and all. So once we realized that about 30 minutes in, then we realized what the theme of the movie was. I mean, the story was pretty predictable, but it had a lot of tongue-in-cheek manner to the movie, but it turns really dark when people start getting eaten by dinosaurs. I mean, it's dark, and it including an important character in the film that gets eaten too. All in all, though, the special effects were really good. The action shots were on point. It was really done well. Rotten Tomatoes, in fact, gave this certified fresh rating of 85%. The audience was right pretty much there at 77%. I kind of agree more with the audience on this one. I give the film 3.5 stars. I mean, it was a good film. It's worth a watch. Once you realize it's a parody of 80s films, the dialogue and the story just kind of makes sense. But that's kind of it for me, man. I mean, I have a really exciting, I'm not going to say the T word, but I got an exciting thing coming next week, and you guys hopefully will be able to see it next week's show on my camera. I'm not telling anybody what it is because I want everybody to be surprised, but it's something I've always wanted whenever I started my business. In fact, this is something I've always wanted. It's like one of those bucket list things that I've always wanted to have. And it's being delivered on Wednesday, the next Wednesday before the show. So hopefully I'll get it all set up before we go live. So hopefully that'll work out. But no, that's it for me. I tell you what, let's take a small break here. We're coming back. We got some questions from our community. Hang in there. All right, let me get to questions here.
I need quick AFK.
Go for it. Back. Yeah, go for it. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm going to leave you for just a second here to go to the, questions channel here. And we will pull up questions as soon as Kate gets back. I think some of them are directed at her. There we go.
I'm sure it would have only taken me 3 minutes to realize the movie was a parody.
Probably, but my wife and I are very serious moviegoers. We've seen so many movies that we kind of take, when we see a movie, we kind of take it for what it is. I mean,
So don't go to movie with Todd. Check.
I don't know. It's
too serious.
It just came. I would just say the previews didn't portray that style of movie. It seemed more like a modern movie. But then once you go to see it and you're like,
you said you called it sci-fi?
It is a science fiction movie. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Definitely science fiction. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a dinosaur movie. It's a Jurassic Park, but not Jurassic Park. It's very much Jurassic Park-like.
But I don't think anyone called Jurassic Park a sci-fi movie.
I mean, it's science fiction, man. It doesn't have to be from space to be science fiction.
No, I know, yeah. But I was just trying to remember if people called it that back then. But
yeah. PS4 Berserker took my wife last
called
week.
It an action movie.
I took my wife last week to see Oak Street. We enjoyed it very much. Yeah, and did you PS4 Berserker? Did you get the 80s references? Like, where they would have someone's knee, you could see the knee in like really good detail, and then the other person talking like in focus in the same frame. That was very much an 80s thing in the movies, where they would focus on like a face of one person, like at the side, and then you'd see someone talking this way. It kind of was jarring because I'm not used to seeing that anymore. But yeah, heaps better than Scary Movie 6. Oh yeah, we avoided that movie, but I'm gonna definitely see it on HBO or wherever it comes out because I love those movies. I love goofy movies like that, man. Just give me a good laugh, Yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day was good. Yep, it was good. It's a good movie.
Those dudes, Noel, that used to freak me out so much when I was a kid watching that show. Now it's goofy looking, but
yeah. I just love how it's just a parody on horror movies, That's what I kind of like about it. Yeah, you got a lot of Easter eggs. Yeah, I figured. Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. It's a fun movie. I just didn't expect that, when you don't expect, you have a kind of a premonition of what you think the movie is going to be. and you sit down and you're watching it. We watched it on IMAX theater last night, and we're like, what the heck is this, you know? So yeah, we finally got it. We finally figured out what was going on. It just wasn't sold that way. That's what I'm saying. All right. Let's see. Let's wait for Kate to get back here. Oh, you're back. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. 3, 2. All right. This is the final segment of our show. So we get our questions from you guys. And we do have a few questions in the Discord this week. First is from Miklo, the Mischief Maker, aka Miklo. What is your favorite candy bar and favorite ice cream? Favorite candy bar and ice cream. We'll always go to you first, Kate. Let's go to our guest first.
Favorite candy bar would be Mounds.
Okay. You an ice cream enjoyer?
Yeah, but I don't really have one favorite. If you're going to look in the freezer, you'll usually find like French vanilla, because that gets you your root beer floats. You can go and make a sundae banana split. You know, it's the basic. You can doll it up however you want.
Yeah.
So unless I'm buying like a pint of Ben and Jerry's, I'm going to enjoy for a couple of nights.
Right.
You know, I don't really have one specific flavor.
Yeah, I like all flavors too, but most of you that have listened to this show for a long time know I'm a mint chocolate chip guy, because my kids always hated it, and that means no one would eat it when my kids were growing up. So I just
chocolate peanut butter.
I like them all, man. I like them all, and there's certain brands I think are better than others too. I mean, Breyers is a good base. It's a good base for ice cream. But Tillamook is chef's kiss. It is just creamiest ice cream ever. And yes, I know it's probably not the best thing for you to eat, but it's my weakness is ice cream. I love ice cream. What about you, Kingsley? You an ice cream eater?
Actually, it's not my go-to. I'm slightly lactose intolerant, but I can get around it with, just lactate or whatever.
Yeah.
I do like ice cream. And my favorite ice cream would be guess what? Coffee flavored ice cream.
Yeah, I'm starting to like coffee
that's
too.
What I'm actually having. That's what I'm actually having my coffee with sugar and cream.
Nice.
When I'm having it in ice cream. But Ben and Jerry's makes a very good coffee. The mocha mood pie one is very, very good. Very good.
There's some good coffee
they
ice
have
creams.
a few different good coffee ones. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
All right, back up. You two missed a candy bar.
I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah, I know. I didn't miss it, but Todd,
I didn't. I missed
Todd
it.
missed
Well,
it.
I'll let you answer first, Kingsley. I gotta think, because I like all candy bars.
Yeah, that was a harder one, but I did kind of come with that. I mean, at one point, honestly, Kate, Mounds was kind of like a favorite of mine too. That one's a really good one. But I would say what I've seen more recently within the last few years is they used to just be in Japan only, but you can get them here now. But the matcha flavored Kit Kats.
Matcha flavored Kit Kats. Okay.
And matcha flavored Kit Kats are so good.
I'll have to try that. Okay. Oh man, I love all the candy bars. I would say I would say it's not really a candy bar. I guess it is a candy bar. But the hazelnut caramel shell with hazelnut and then a little slice of chocolate on top, the toffees. Those are my absolute favorites. If there's a toffee I see on the shelf, toffees.
I gotta look this up. What?
Dude, come on. You know, I've been talking about toffees for years. How do you spell it? Oh, geez. Toffifay. It's like toffees.
Toffee?
Toffifay. Toffifae. Fay. Fay. Toffees.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes,
they're really good. The hazelnut inside the caramel.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to usually only eat 4 of them, and I usually eat like the whole freaking pack, man. They're that good.
I don't know if I've ever had one.
Oh, they're so good. Get one at the CVS. I think they sell them, and bring it on your trip. And they keep really good because it's a hard shell. It's caramel, but it's, a hardened shell. As long as you don't get it, the chocolate might get soft if you put it somewhere hot, but it keeps pretty good.
I'll consider it.
Okay.
Caramel and hazelnut's not my favorite, but I'll consider it.
Zombie, 2-part question. Is this distracting enough for Sin Media to raid your fridge? If not, how distracting of a distraction would be needed for him to successfully raid the fridge? I think this was directed at you, Kate.
I have to interrupt really quick, even though it's for Kate first. Sin did report back to me that he was able to complete his mission. You better go check, Kate.
Oh my God.
Well, since the only thing I have in my fridge at the moment is pizza left over from the weekend, he's welcome to it.
I don't know. I don't know what's going
Better
on.
check if your pizza's still there.
This must be something that's going
At this
back
point,
and forth.
I don't want it, so
Oh my God. Oh, geez.
it doesn't keep
Little
that
inside
long.
joke.
Kingsley says, what are we having for Taco Bell tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I had. Oh yeah, you can go first. You got some too, right? If you want to share.
Yeah, I did. No,
Okay.
I want to hear yours first.
No, you really
You
both
sure?
got
Okay.
Taco Bell? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were kidding. Okay.
I mean,
It
I
started as a
usually mean
joke.
what I say, Todd. But
Okay.
yeah. I got a couple of the Mexi Melts because they're back. It's so weird. They keep coming and going back within the last several weeks and a couple months, but they were back today. So I got a couple Mexi Melts, and then I got
Nice.
they have this new like steak grilled pepper burrito, which I kind of like. So, yep, that was my order.
What'd you get, Kate? I heard you sent your boys out to get it.
Yep. Yeah. My kids are terrible at encouraging me to do the bad thing. It's like, well, I should do this or I could do this. And my kids are always going to push me to the one that I probably shouldn't. So he was willing to run. But let's say I just did the rolled chicken quesadilla.
Okay.
Yum.
Kept it simple.
It's not bad. Okay. Miklo has another question. What is your favorite burger from your top 3 fast food restaurants? I'll give you guys time. I like the CEO. It's called the CEO from BurgerFi. It has a one patty that is, I guess, the Impossible Burger. No, it's actually made out of quinoa. It's a quinoa burger, and then it has a really juicy, like a real good quality beef. I don't know if it's Kobe. It's not Kobe beef, but one of those really good quality beef patties on top, and it's just like huge. I mean, you barely get your mouth into it. It's just such a big hamburger. But yeah, that'd be my favorite hamburger. What about you guys? A lot of food topics tonight.
Now, is it from any restaurant or is it fast food restaurant?
Favorite burger from your top 3 fast foods. From your top 3 fast food restaurants.
Well, Todd, you went off of fast food then. You broke the rules, so can we break the rules too?
I don't care. What do you guys want to say? What's your favorite hamburgers? That's what he's asking. Or okay. All right. Then I will politically correctly. I will say from my 3 fast food restaurants, there's nothing like a Wendy's single, man, with cheese, with a good tomato and sliced tomato and a little mayo and put that with their fries and a chocolate frosty. You're set. If we're talking fast food. What say you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I'm honest, if I'm eating fast food, I don't usually go for a burger joint. Taco Bell and Panda Express are like the top 2 on my list. And they don't do burgers.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. I think they tried to make a burger, like pizza burger or something one time. I don't know. I can't remember. They always invent food.
You can answer restaurant too. Is there any kind of, because I'm going to answer
like a gourmet place.
Is there any that you do like the most?
Well, like Red Robin, I go for their blue cheese burger.
Blue cheese.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, get the blue cheese, the Swiss,
Nice. All right, Kingsley, lay it on us. What do you
I'll kind of do both since for fast food, obviously, Miklo, for fast food, my number 1 would be In-N-Out, and I go with the double with remove the pickles, add chilies. And the reason why I remove the pickles is because they already have kind of like the pieces of pickle in the their sauce. It's kind of like a Thousand Island, not quite, type of sauce. So I don't feel like I need extra pickles, but they have these chopped chilies that go on it. That's really good. And then, Wendy's is it's pretty good. the other fast food one I'll do right now. Normally, I don't love Culver's totally, but they have a burger
Oh,
right now that is so
yeah,
freaking good.
yeah.
It's this German like Oktoberfest style burger that
Ooh,
has fried pickles on it. It has like a beer cheese sauce, which is like a German mustard with like kind of a beer and cheese flavor kind of built into it,
okay.
and a really good quality cheddar. And yeah, it's a really really good burger right now. If you guys have it, Culver's,
I have a
check it
Culver's. I'm gonna have
out.
to go check
And the
that out now.
pretzel bun.
I might have that.
Pretzel buns are always good for burgers because they don't fall apart, you know.
That's true. They're pretty rigid. Yeah. I'm gonna try that before
But
bowling on Monday.
oh yeah, yeah, check it out.
Okay.
But my favorite burgers are a little local joint. It's technically a bar or a restaurant. I'm putting it in the chat. You guys can see these amazing pictures here. But it's called Lucky's Iron Door Roadhouse. If anyone ever comes down, I'll buy you a meal. And my favorite one, though, maybe we won't buy this one, but I love it anyways, as long as you brush your teeth afterwards. The breath enhancer with tons of garlic on it.
My wife loves garlic. She'll be there. Now I
I
might take
love
you up on
garlic.
that. I might be back to Utah soon. Who knows?
Mhm.
Yeah, I might have to make a detour your way.
Yeah.
These are good
We
burgers.
should do a
They have
meetup
really
at
good blue
Kinksy's.
cheese ones. They
Yeah.
have, yeah, we'll talk. We'll have our people talk to each other, and we'll figure
Yeah.
something out one of these days for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. More more food questions. This is from Miklo as well. What is your favorite breakfast combo? Now I'm assuming this is from home or a fast food joint. So everybody knows my favorite breakfast combo, and it's bagels and oatmeal. And you put a little bit of oatmeal
Is
in the
that
bagel.
really your favorite, or are you just eating it because it's healthy now?
No, that's
Like if you could choose anything,
that's what I eat, man. That's what I eat. Sometimes
that's your favorite.
I'll throw some scrambled
Your
eggs.
wife's not forcing you to say that?
No, I'm telling you. I love oatmeal and I love bagels. Now I will say this. There is a new bagel I'm getting. I used to get the old store-bought bagels. I like whole wheat bagels, by the way. I don't buy the dough that sits in your stomach. I don't buy white bread. I don't buy anything white bread. Maybe sourdough, but not white bread. But they have there's a
It's not
brand
a bagel
called
then.
there's a brand called I think it's called Old Mill or something Mill. It's literally milled wheat, and it has like no preservatives. It's like pure wheat bread, and it's refrigerated because it doesn't have any preservatives in it. And you can get like half the bagels that you normally would get with, your other Thomas bagels or whatever you buy at the store. But those are so good, man. You can tell when you're biting into a quality bread that doesn't have a bunch of fillers in it, and it's just really good. You just can't beat it. I buy the damn. I need to go in there and find out what that brand is, but they sell them at Sprouts. If you have a Sprouts near you, that's where we get ours. Yeah, that's my
I
favorite
mean, I know
breakfast
good
combo.
bagels. I have a lot of Jewish friends. Trust me,
All
I know good
right.
bagels. But
Now,
usually the Jewish people would not say whole wheat.
we'll treat this question the way we did the last one. Now, if it comes to fast food, there's nothing like a chicken biscuit at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A chicken
Ooh,
biscuits.
those are pretty good. Yeah,
I'm
for
hungry
breakfast.
already.
Okay,
Just thinking about it.
this is so funny. If I can go next, because
Yeah.
where there's a discussion you can see in Space Mafia GDC feedback that I started because they were talking about, you'll love this too, Kate, about chicken sandwiches and how Chick-fil-A can be overrated, right? And I love Popeye's chicken sandwich way more than Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
So Popeye's opening near my house.
However,
Popeyes are good.
Popeyes are really good chicken sandwiches.
Okay.
Not that Chick-fil-A's are bad, but what I do like Chick-fil-A for is breakfast. I like their chicken burritos. I like their
sorry.
little chicken biscuit thing. Yeah.
I may have to run and get some of those in the morning. Sit on my bagels.
So I will go with that for breakfast too.
Yeah, I don't know what they put in that damn chicken. Maybe it's the butter on the bun. I don't know, but damn, it's just freaking good, man. I know it's not good
Dude,
for
try
me.
the Popeyes chicken
I
sandwich
will.
though.
They're
I mean,
opening one. Actually, it's ironic. They're opening a Popeyes where an old Chick-fil-A used to be. Chick-fil-A was so big in our town, they moved it up to a bigger location where there's more parking lot. And the old location, which had a double drive-through, was really popular, is now going to be, I think it's either a Bojangles or a Popeyes. I can't remember, but I'll have to try it. Yeah. We do have a Popeyes further outside of town.
If you haven't had Popeyes, Todd, you need to.
Okay. I'll put it on my list. I'll put it on my checklist.
That's actually another reason I need to come down and visit
Mm.
Kingsley, because all the
Or for
Popeyes in my
Popeyes,
area
yeah.
have closed. So I have
Oh,
a minimum 3-hour drive to get to a Popeyes.
oof.
It's annoying. For breakfast, though, if I could grab anything wherever I wanted, there is a local shop called Fifth Street Bagels. Yeah, go figure. But they go and make their bagels fresh every day in-house. And you can get, bagel sandwich. And I like going for the cheddar jalapeno bagel with the huevos,
Mm.
which is scrambled egg, diced ham, peppers.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm such a
Oh, it is
breakfast.
so
I'm
good.
such a breakfast kid. I love breakfast.
And like I
Southern
say, they're
breakfast.
fresh bagels. They, no preservatives.
Mm-hmm.
It's buy what you're going to eat that day, because the next day they're going to be hard as rock.
Okay. Eat them while they're warm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got you. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
it's one of those things you want to get in there early before they sell out of
Yeah.
the type you want.
Everything sell out so quick in the local bagel shops. Yeah. Cool. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. From Soggy Cardboard 55, he's got a question here. Considering Todd likes goal-driven gameplay and having something to work towards, yes, I just said that tonight. Has he thought about playing old school RuneScape? Well, here's the thing, sir. My kids played RuneScape. I never played it. I watched them play it, but no, it's a little too basic for me. I know RuneScape. I know what it looks like. My kids played a ton of it, but I'm not a boomer. I'm Gen X, but no, I would.
He's almost a boomer.
No, I'm Gen X. I'm clinging to Gen X. No, that's my kids' game. That's my kids' generation of games. So I'm too old to do the runes. I don't know. Well,
No, you're
okay.
not. RuneScape's been around
I know
for a long time.
And I know Astacross, he's not a spring chicken. I know he loves RuneScape. He keeps talking about RuneScape. People make fun of him, but yeah, I mean, I know it can get pretty detailed on different things you like to do and work on, but I used to watch my kids play it in the morning for the way to school.
Soggy Cardboard, what you'll learn, since I think you're newer here, is he'll always have an excuse for some game you bring up. So
I'm going to play what I want to play. All right, last question. Amazing Taco King. Question for Allocade. Is it safe to say it is more Todd the Gator's fault or Kingsley's? Also, at what hour or wipe attempt in a raid do you become drill instructor Kate?
What am I blaming one of them for?
Probably for me throwing something, I'm sure.
No, I just love that it's vague. You can think of whatever you want.
True. It is open.
As far as what hour I become a drill instructor, you'd have to ask the people in my raids. It's if we're sitting there butting our heads against the wall, not making progress, then I will straight up call out whoever's screwing up, or I'll call the raid for the night. Because if we're just, banging our heads against a wall, not making progress, there's no point in being there.
Yeah, he usually tunes into our raid nights on Saturday nights. Yeah, if you want to see me throw, that's the day.
And yeah, as Nolt just put in the chat, if they get distracted off on some target, yeah, I'll crack down on them, tell them to shut up and focus. Usually a little bit nicer, but
Zombie knows me all too well. The last question, why I don't play RuneScape? No photorealistic graphics. Yeah, I like photorealistic games.
Except for Balatro.
Well, I mean, it's a card game. I mean, it could be realistic. I mean, I don't know. It's a card game, though. It's like...
always an excuse.
I don't know. RuneScape Dragon Wilds is free with Game Pass, September 15th. Yeah, I've got Game Pass on PC, but dude, I'll just be honest. I'm not going to play any RuneScape. Sorry. Yeah. That's it, guys. That's our show.
Gift that subscription to someone if you're not using it.
I know I'm using it. I'm playing 2 games on it right now. I need to finish. Clair Obscure, but I also have that game you mentioned earlier.
Playing it or not?
No, I haven't played it in a while, but I have it downloaded. It's the 2 game you mentioned earlier. Shit. I don't have it on this computer.
2?
Outer Worlds 2. It looked fun. I love the,
Yeah, but you're not playing them.
I
You're
love
not
the,
playing them.
I love the 20s theme. I love that stuff, man. That reminds me of,
It's a fun game.
yeah, and it's very realistic. I mean, the graphics are nice and crisp on it. I like that stuff. Yeah. Dude, I've been playing games since Atari, 8-bit games. I'm ready for the photorealistic games. I know a lot of you guys like to go back to the 8-bit games or the side scrollers and stuff, but man, I love the new games. I love the new games that are out. I get on Arc Raiders and I'm looking around at all these worlds and hearing all this great sound design in my headphones. There's nothing like that, man. That's the world. That's the game, man. That's what it's all
I
about.
agree. That's why I don't like Balatro. Good point.
Balatro, you notice when I play Balatro is when my power's out. Like the other day, my power's out and I finished a game from a year and a half ago. That's when I play Balatro, is when I'm on my phone. It's the only game I play on my phone. And I do have it here. I have it on my PC as well, but I play it mainly on my phone. There's no crossplay. That's the only thing that sucks. So I have to play 2 separate accounts, one on Steam and one on my
no
Apple
cross save.
Apple game. There's no
Yeah.
cross save.
That's
Yeah.
too bad. Yeah.
I thought that was disappointing. But that's our show, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I think we made a good time tonight. Yeah, we did real good tonight. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us tonight. You know, I always think nobody's going to show up, and then we get surprised with, you know, everybody in the chat, in our Discord, and our Twitch, and our YouTube. Everybody kind of chimed in tonight. I love that kind of stuff. It's the reason. I mean, as long as our chat, talks with us and gives us their input or asks us questions or whatever, I'll continue to do the live shows. That's why I like doing the live shows. This is my one time of the week where I can talk directly to our community. I mean, I say hello and good morning every morning and stuff in the Discord, but this is the time I really like. I like it when everyone's, we're just talking back and forth. So that's why I love the live shows. But anyway, Allocate, thank you very much for coming on yet again to our show. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before we go tonight?
Yeah, a couple of people.
Okay.
I'd like to give a shout out to McMaximo and to Miklo. Both of them had their birthdays this last week, here in the last couple of days. And I'll leave it up to them if they want to reveal how many milestones they've passed. Just want to give a big happy birthday.
Say that again. What was the two that had birthdays?
Miklo and McMaximo.
McMaximo. I know how old McMaximo is. All right. Miklo, I don't
younger than you, hopefully.
I think he's a year younger than me, or he's my age, but I'm older technically because my birthday's in June. So technically I'm older, but thank you, Kate. Always a joy to have. Always thank you for coming on the show. You always have some interesting things to say, and thanks for bringing your topic tonight. That was a lot of fun. So I love getting into gaming talk. Mr. Kingsley Mack, anyone you want to give a shout out to tonight, sir?
Yeah, this week I'll change it up, and I kind of already mentioned it earlier, but I'll just give the shout out to Taco King and Zitping for playing with them. So that was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
Good people in the community.
Very cool. My shout out is to the Generation X Gaming. You notice I'm wearing their 500th episode shirt right here. I ordered it last week when they had their 500th episode. Congrats, guys. 30 and Still Gaming and Sergeant McCluskey. I've been following these guys for probably 10 years now. I mean, they've been podcasting for a long time. It's just two bros that read the news, the gaming news every week, and they give their hot takes on everything. So it's a very entertaining show. If you haven't watched it, check them out. I think it's 30 NSG is his YouTube channel. That's where his show is. In fact, they go live the same time we do, actually an hour earlier than we do, on his channel on YouTube. And I just want to give him a shout out tonight. Maybe we'll have him back on the show down the road. But being that we're live on the same night, it makes it kind of tough. But I always like those guys. They're of course Gen X like I am. And congrats, guys. 500 episodes. Fantastic. We're at 370. We're not far behind, but 370 to 500 is that's a lot of episodes. So congrats, guys. Appreciate it. Shout out to you guys. And of course, shout out to our live chat. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. And remember, whether in life or in your game, get your reps in. Later, Guardians.
What? I passed out. I didn't hear what you said.
Something Guardians.
Okay.
Yeah, something.
That works.
Yeah, I heard Guardians. Yeah.
Okay.